Breezy on Friday, a high of 72, 71, and sunny on Saturday.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24. Exclusions apply. Staples.
Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7.
A Maryland congressman couldn't announce quickly enough that he was en route to a school shooting in his district. So now, shootings are a congressional matter? Join me Wednesday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
That's it for Sean Hannity today. The Michael Brown Show is coming up next after the news on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Are you facing potential wage garnishments, levies, or tax liens? With a call to the Attorney's Tax Relief Helpline, you can get the tax help you need through special programs that can reduce your liability by thousands of dollars. Pick up your mobile phone and dial *1234. Yes, that's right. Pick up your mobile phone and dial *1234. Once you've qualified and enrolled, the IRS will stop all collection activities against you. Attorney's Tax Relief has been helping consumers reduce their debt and are trusted and accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Again, on your mobile phone, dial *1234. That's *1234. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call Attorney's Tax Relief now and get free information and to see if you qualify. You can fix this, but don't wait any longer. Pick up your mobile phone and dial *1234. That's *1234.
This is your station for the 16K a day giveaway. Coming up at 5 after the hour on KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station.
Breaking his silence. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. 5 days after data mining scandal engulfed Facebook, its leader talking about steps the company's taking to protect user information. Fox's Jessica Rosenthal has more live.
Lisa, this goes back to that British company, Cambridge Analytica. They got a hold of millions of Facebook users' data after they worked with a guy who invented a quiz. People agreed to take this quiz, and that ended up giving them all kinds of profile information, but it also gave data on their Facebook friends without their permission. Zuckerberg wrote in a post today that the old system that gave that kind of access hasn't existed for a few years now, and Cambridge and the quiz taker were banned from Facebook. Zuckerberg says they're going through all of the apps now to make sure no one exploited the data they did get, even before the policy change, and if they did, They'll be banned now, Lisa.
Jessica, police outside Austin, Texas, now going through a suspected serial bomber's home hours after he blew himself up after a confrontation with police. Fox's Steve Rappaport has this live.
Lisa, authorities spent several hours removing potentially explosive materials from Mark Condit's home.
There is componentry in there that makes us believe, have a high degree of certainty, that it is the same components that we have found in all the other devices.
ATF Special Agent Fred Milanowski.
We want to make sure there's no other devices out in the public. We have a reasonable level of certainty that there are no other devices in the public, but we still want the public to be vigilant.
Authorities have not determined a motive or whether he acted alone in the string of bombings that killed 2 people and injured 4 others. Lisa?
Steve, $500,000 bond set for the brother of Florida shooting suspect Nicholas Cruz for trespassing at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The judge agreeing with prosecutors that Zachary Cruz had been warned to not visit the school. Cruz was arrested Monday afternoon. Fox News, fair and balanced.
A list of things that will let you down today. Your alarm clock, C-store coffee, public transportation, the office elevator, the sandwich you packed for lunch, the 5th floor printer, your cell phone battery, the shoelace you swore you double knotted, your hard drive, your backup hard drive, and of course, the weather. Brighten your day with something you can actually count on. GoToMeeting is the easy-to-use collaborative meeting tool that 18 million monthly users trust to help them get work done. To learn more about how you can meet better, visit gotomeeting.com.
Let's see here. Fire protection?
Check.
Uniforms, mats, and restroom products?
Check.
First aid cabinets and safety products?
Check.
Great! So it sounds like we're ready to go.
No. When I said check, I meant we still need to check on all those things.
Oh, just call Cintas. They can handle all of it. It's what they do.
Okay. Call Cintas. Check. Got it.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
KHOW News Time, 4:03. I'm Kathy Walker. The Byers-Evans House at the corner of 13th and Bannock in Denver has long been a historical attraction, but now it's also home to the Center for Colorado Women's History.
The house is now a place where history becomes her story.
Thank you for coming to celebrate the opening of the Center for Colorado Women's History.
Center Director Jillian Allison says this will be a place for learning and listening.
We are interested in learning the stories of women who organize around the kitchen table as much as the women who organize around the boardroom table.
So they cut the ribbon with high hopes.
I hope this museum serves as a hub for women empowerment, inspiration, and education.
That's reporter Jerry Bell. Natural Grocers is recalling 10-ounce containers of Coconut Smiles Organic. It's been the source of 13 salmonella illnesses in 8 states, including 1 in Colorado. That person was not hospitalized and has since recovered. Coconut Smiles Organic is a type of dried coconut snack. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Heavy traffic along I-25, both directions. Downtown to the Tech Center, there's an accident. South on I-25, approaching the Logan Bridge. Police on scene there, blocking that left lane. South on I-25, stop and go from Alameda. And problems on I-70 on the west end, crash. Eastbound 70 at I-76. Left lane is tied up there. Minor accident westbound 70 just before Kipling. That is over in the right lane. Watch for an accident northbound Kipling at Bowles. Denver's forecast, tonight partly cloudy, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 73. Little windy on Friday, 67. Right now it is 55. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new...
Now it is 55. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new Epson EcoTank, including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time.
Your shot at one.
Including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time.
Your shot at one.
Well, if you haven't heard, by now, Vladimir Putin was reelected by a very wide margin. And I'm sure the wide margin by which he won re-election was because Vladimir Putin was reelected by a very wide margin. And I'm sure the wide margin by which he won re-election was because American and American trolls were using Facebook to convince the Ruskies to vote for Vladimir Putin. American and American trolls were using Facebook to convince the Ruskies to vote for Vladimir Putin. Because I can't for the life of me fathom any other reason why Putin would have won such a hotly contested election with such a wide margin. Putin. Because I can't for the life of me fathom any other reason why Putin would have won such a hotly contested election with such a wide margin. I mean, in such a free and open society as that, I just don't understand how he won. But he did. I mean, in such a free and open society as that, I just don't understand how he won. But he did, and we should step back and we should congratulate Vladimir Putin on his re-election surprise. Step back and we should congratulate Vladimir Putin on his re-election surprise. If you haven't heard too, apparently Donald Trump in a phone call if you haven't heard too, apparently Donald Trump in a phone call to Vladimir Putin issued his congratulations to the Russian. Can you call him a dictator when all he really does is he just Vladimir Putin issued his congratulations to the Russian. Can you call him a dictator when all he really does is he just, I mean, people were able to cast ballots. It's just that the opposition just kind of kept getting knocked off. Not knocked up, knocked. I mean, people were able to cast ballots. It's just that the opposition just kind of kept getting knocked off. Not knocked up, knocked off. Here you go. Here's how it goes. President Trump yesterday congratulated President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia on his recent re-election victory. Off. Here you go. Here's how it goes. President Trump yesterday congratulated President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia on his recent re-election victory, but failed to ask him about either the fairness of the Russian vote, which Mr. Putin won with a lopsided margin, or failed to ask him about either the fairness of the Russian vote, which Mr. Putin won with a lopsided margin, or failed to ask about the allegations of Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. Mr. Trump also did not raise Russia's apparent role in a nerve agent attack on a former Russian spy, Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. Mr. Trump also did not raise Russia's apparent role in a nerve agent attack on a former Russian spy and his daughter on British soil, an act which prompted the United States to join with Britain, France, and Germany in denouncing the Russian government for violating international an act which prompted the United States to join with Britain, France, and Germany in denouncing the Russian government for violating international law. Instead, in his phone call with Mr. Putin, the president focused on what the White House called shared interests, including North Korea, Ukraine. Instead, in his phone call with Mr. Putin, the president focused on what the White House called shared interests, including North Korea, Ukraine, and the escalating arms race between the United States and Russia. He said that he and Mr. Putin were likely to meet soon to discuss those issues. And the escalating arms race between the United States and Russia. He said that he and Mr. Putin were likely to meet soon to discuss those issues. And then the president came out and in a photo op with somebody else, who knows what it was, who cares. Trump then said that he was very pleased with this conversation that he had with Vladimir Putin. In his phone call, the story continues, in his phone call with Mr. Putin, the president focused on what the White House called shared interest, including North Korea, Ukraine, and the escalating arms race between the U.S. and Russia. He said that he and Mr. Putin were likely to meet soon to discuss those issues. Mr. Trump told the reporters in the Oval Office where, he was meeting with Crown Prince MBS, Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. We had a very good call, said the president. We will probably be meeting in the not-too-distant future to discuss the arms race, which is getting out of control. Then Sarah Huckabee Sanders gets lambasted at the press gaggle today about it. And she had to end up, well, she didn't have to, but she did. She defended the president's call, and she avoided making any sort of assessment whether the election in Russia was fair or not.
Putin has been elected in their country, and that's not something that we can dictate to them how they operate. We can only focus on the freeness and the fairness of our election, something we 100% fully support.
All right. I quite frankly wouldn't have expected anybody else to say anything else other than that. There is, and this is probably not on your radar, you're probably more concerned about the weather, college tuition that you're going to have to pay, a boss that's on a rampage today about something, a customer that you've got an account receivable with that they haven't paid. I could spend 3 hours just listing things that you may be more concerned about than this. What you don't understand is that this is the focal point of Washington today. Not the omnibus spending bill, not the trillions of dollars that we're going to spend that we don't have, none of that. But this is not the way it's always been. The attitude that we're going to call Vladimir Putin, who won anything but a free and fair election, and we're not going to call him out on any of that, is the big story. And the big story has all different kinds of legs that go with it, including that the president's brief on the call that he was to make today ostensibly said, well, I shouldn't say ostensibly, apparently did say, do not congratulate him on his election. In diplomatic speak, by not saying anything about the election, you are saying a whole bunch about the election. You are saying that you are not going to validate the election, even though at the same time there's nothing that we can do about the election. The attitude about congratulating him, Putin, is a departure from decades of U.S. foreign policy, in which a succession of administrations have freely criticized anti-democratic events and elections in other nations. For example, just March of last year, the State Department issued a statement condemning Putin's government for cracking down on peaceful anti-Putin protests, which the statement called an affront to core democratic values. The other thing that's going on today, which drives me nuts, we'll go to NBC for this, is conservatives want to point out, but Barack Obama congratulated Putin the last time he was elected. NBC reports it this way.
Some Republicans and Democrats criticizing the president for his congratulatory phone call to Vladimir Putin. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, Savannah, that's right. The president congratulating Vladimir Putin on his re-election, despite specific warnings from his national security advisors not to. The Washington Post reporting that the words "do not congratulate" in all caps were written inside the president's briefing book yesterday. The president also reportedly ignoring instructions to condemn the recent poisoning of a former Russian spy in Britain. He didn't bring up Russia's meddling in the U.S. election either. It is worth noting in 2012.
Now, here's where I have to give NBC credit. Even though I'm sick and tired of conservatives playing the game of whataboutism. Well, what about Obama? What about Obama? Obama did this, Obama did that. So Trump does this, but Obama did the same thing. NBC plays that game right here.
In the U.S. election either. It is worth noting in 2012, President Obama congratulated Putin after his re-election then. President Trump said that he and Putin had a good call, that they'll likely meet soon. But this, of course, is sparking a new round of sharp criticism about the president's non-confrontational tone toward one of America's biggest global rivals, and all of it against the backdrop of the Russia investigation.
There are about 4 different avenues that I want to take about this story. And first and foremost is, let's quit playing the whataboutism game. So Donald Trump, in contradiction to what his morning brief told him to do, which was not congratulate Putin on his election victory, nonetheless did so. Now, one thing that I've read is that the president did not take his brief in person today. He took it orally over the telephone. Well, let's address that when we get back.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Trouble out in the West End. C470 at Quincy. Problems, a beer truck caught fire. Fire's out, some smoke in the area, activity, and backups. Both directions of C470 at Quincy. Stop and go traffic on I-70. There's accidents. Eastbound 70 near I-76. That's in the left lane. Crash westbound 70 near Kipling over in the right lane. And jam ups on I-25. Heavier downtown to the Tech Center, both directions. Watch for an accident south on I-25 near the Logan Bridge over in that left lane. Denver forecast, partly cloudy tonight, low 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. It'll be windy Friday, upper 60s. Right now, 57 degrees. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by Staples. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24. Exclusions apply. Staples.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here. In this crazy housing market, you find a house you want, and then there are multiple offers all in one day on the same house. So instead of buying an existing house, how about getting a brand new custom-built home from the Hall Company? Many people hear custom-built, and the first thing they think, expensive. But you know what? Whether you're looking for 1,500 square feet or 15,000 square feet, the Hall Company will help you find the ideal piece of land, design the home with you, and then build it. You get what you want, not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can even help you find the land if you want to build the house yourself. And of course, they can help secure financing. So instead of getting what somebody else liked, get a home that's what just you want. Check out their work at denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. That's denvercustomhomebuilder.biz, or call Dave Hall, the owner. He actually answers his phone, and he'll answer your questions. Call or text Dave at 303-669-0531. That's 303-669-0531, and just have a conversation about the dream home that you've always wanted.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Is your garage door making weird noises? This is Dave Logan. If you're having issues with your garage door, call Don's Garage Doors, the only garage door company I personally endorse. I've used Don's Garage Doors in my home, and Folks, you should too. Your garage is the entrance to your home, and you want somebody you can trust. Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667, or online at donsgaragedoors.com.
Zero-Res uses empowered water, a patented process that gives water superior cleaning properties. I'm astounded every time I use them. My carpets look new again. Now, enjoy Zero-Res Clean for just $109 for a 3-room area for pre-treatment, cleaning, and sanitizing. 303-471-5150 or ZeroResDenver.com. I encourage you to call now. 303-471-5150.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-731-1308 or visit denverdentist.com.
Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for Larson Tax Relief. Tax season is here. Did I see you cringe at that? If so, listen up for relief. Larson Tax Relief. Get your past tax problems taken care of once and for all. Stop the worrying and frustration. If you owe back taxes, been years since you filed, Larson Tax Relief is the best and the only tax relief organization I endorse. Their team of experts understand your situation and won't judge you. The name says it all. Relief. Larson Tax Relief. Larson will get you the absolute best possible resolution. Don't worry about your wages being garnished, losing your house, or other drastic action. Larson gets between you and the IRS. They'll get them off your back and save you thousands of dollars. I trust Ron and Jack Larson and their team of experts to fix your tax problems. You can too. So stop cringing and call 844-LARSON-TAX or LarsonTaxRelief.com. That's 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON-TAX.
Every business needs great people, and a better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Esther, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782 on insurance.
Liberty did what?
I know. It's a lot of money, right?
What'd you say?
Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Visit us online to get a quote.
What?
I said, visit us online to get a quote, and you can save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
We're talking about this faux controversy that's going on in Washington, D.C. right now about a call that Donald Trump made to Vladimir Putin. So here are two world leaders, two presidents, that irrespective of our political differences should have a dialogue. They should be talking to one another. But there are things that you say and you don't say. Sometimes what you don't say, and this is true in business, this is true in family matters, this is true in almost anything. that sometimes what you do not say is more powerful than what you do say. In this case, the president's briefing this morning had said, do not, in all caps, do not congratulate him on his election. Because what you do not want to do is to give Vladimir Putin any sort of belief, justifiably so or not, that we as Americans and as a part of our foreign policy approve of how they conduct elections in Russia. They're not fair, they're not open, they're not free, they're a charade. They're a total charade. I wanted to pull my hair out this week as I saw American reporters interviewing people in Red Square about who you're going to vote for. We're going to vote for Putin. We're going to vote for Putin. We're going to vote for Putin. When you live in captivity, Stockholm Syndrome sets in, and you soon become friends with your so-called benevolent dictator, with your captor, with the person that is keeping their thumb on your life. You soon just, the human condition is, I give up. You just give in. It's like training a new dog. The dog at some point gives in and understands that if they're going to whine all night in the crate, they give in. You're not going to get up and let them out. Crying baby, the same thing in the crib. Parents of newborns jump up, scared to death, the baby's going to die or something, so they do it, and the baby soon learns, well, I'm just going to keep crying, they'll come and get me. By the time you have your second or third kid, the kid's crying, who cares? The same is true in diplomacy. It's what you do not say. And in this case, the president had been told, do not congratulate him. I think that was the proper thing to do. But Trump didn't have that brief in front of him when he made the phone call. And Trump strikes me, the president strikes me as somebody who does not, you've watched him in these Roosevelt Room meetings where he's got members of the cabinet or members of the public all around. He's got notes in front of him. He'll read from the notes. He'll do exactly what his staff has suggested that he do in order to stay on script and meet the objective. Because the objective of the day is to get a singular message out that the media has to focus on. If there are no other shiny objects for the media to focus on, then they focus on the message that the White House is putting out, that the cabinet's putting out, that the staff is putting out, and they're not distracted by the shiny objects, like a tweet. This is why I get ticked off about the tweets. It gets off message, and it gives a media that you're never going to, and listen, I know you're never going to win the media over. I'm not trying to win the media over. I'm trying to give the media a singular focus so that if they start making up crap or they start going elsewhere down some other rabbit hole, that's on them. That's not on the White House. The problem is the White House not only digs the rabbit hole for them, but once they've dug the hole, they summon them over, point them down the rabbit hole, throw the crumbs down there, and the media goes chasing after it. And then the message of the day, whether it be a tax cut or something with Putin or whatever else that might be good that the administration has done, gets buried in that rabbit hole while the media chases something else. You're never going to win them over, but don't give them the red meat to chew on. I know there are people in this audience right now who are saying, but that's what I like about Trump. That's what I like. What you don't realize is that you're losing Trump voters. You're losing people on the margins that you need to stay in the Trump camp. And when you start losing the people on the margins of the Trump camp, those who are over there on the back 40, who are just, I couldn't vote for Hillary Clinton, so I voted for Donald Trump, and they're back there in the back corner, and they're watching this fiasco go on, you lose them. And you can beat your chest and say, well, I don't care, we won, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but if you lose them, you lose the midterm elections, then the Democrats take control, and then whatever agenda the president had goes out the window. You've got to play practical politics. So the president, when he gets these briefs, needs to have them in front of him. And he's not being staffed well if they allow him to go off and make phone calls without the brief in front of him, because then he says something stupid like, hey, congratulations, Vladimir, on your election. And then here's what happens. And this is the next angle I want to take on this story. The media now has something to pounce on. Oh, look, he's being investigated because of Russian collusion. Well, I think that's a non-starter. But to the media, to those who are already inclined to confirm their own biases, now believe that the reason that Trump congratulated Putin on his electoral victory, as Pyrrhic as it may be, as fraudulent as it may be, those people on the margins, those people who believe that there was collusion, now point to it and say, oh, look, see, he congratulated him. Then we get to the final point. And we'll do more of this when we get back after the break. But the final point is, how do we know all of this? How do we know that the briefing said, in all caps, do not congratulate Putin on his election? And how do we know that he did? Because the president is surrounded by people who are not loyal to him. And I want to talk about that in depth next.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW,
an iHeart radio station.
With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Trouble out on the west end, I-70, there's a pair of problems. Traffic stopped both directions. Eastbound I-70 at I-76. 3 lanes are blocked off. Only that far right lane is getting by. Eastbound I-70 at I-76. Backed up solid to Wadsworth, single-digit speeds. Westbound 70 out near Kipling, that's an accident. Right lane is blocked, struggling from I-76. C-470 at Quincy, had an earlier beer truck caught fire. The fire is out, but a lot of activity and backups there both directions. Know your route ahead of time with the Total Traffic app, powered by Traffic Karma. Denver's forecast, partly cloudy tonight, low 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. Right now, it's 57. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new Epson EcoTank, including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time.
You know, it seems that every day you hear somebody talking about the many potential positive effects of stem cells. Medical journals are filled with thousands of scientific papers about the health benefits that result from stem cell therapy. Grossman Wellness Center has been offering stem cell-based regenerative therapies to treat a multitude of orthopedic problems for almost a decade. This is longer than any other medical clinic in Colorado. So whether you suffer from plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, or even something more severe such as bone-on-bone arthritis that's causing you considerable pain and interfering with your quality of life, I invite you to call my doctors at the Grossman Wellness Center. Schedule a free initial consultation with one of their board-certified physicians. Call them today at 303-233-4247 and tell them Michael Brown sent you for a free initial consultation. Call Grossman Wellness Center today at 303-233-4247. You have nothing to lose but your pain.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company's been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Dunright, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Dunright. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Hey, does it seem like your life really isn't your own? Tired of sacrificing your most valuable asset, the limited time you have on this earth, for a paycheck? This is Dave Logan. You know, my friends at Online Trading Academy have been teaching powerful Wall Street techniques to Main Street investors for over 20 years. Sign up now for a free half-day class. Classes are limited. Online Trading Academy, the only financial educator I personally endorse. Reserve your free class by calling 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
Americans are always on the move. They're in their car or at the office or working around the house. Americans refuse to sit still. So how do you connect with all those moving targets? Easy. With radio. Radio reaches 93% of Americans every week. More than Google, Facebook, and even television. But hey, who has time to sit and watch TV? So when you want to connect with all those constantly moving adults, teens, and millennials, get to iHeartMedia.com and put AM/FM radio to work for your company.
Ovation Hair says it's time to give yourself a special treat, the treat of great-looking, healthy hair. With Ovation's anniversary sale, the treat just got better, with 20% off your entire order. The one-of-a-kind Ovation Cell Therapy is proven to deliver thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier-looking hair, guaranteed or your money back. Its unique and proprietary formula treats the scalp and hair cuticle, resulting in 80% less breakage and increased hair strength. I'm always giving it to friends and family because it really works. Ovation is friend recommended, buyer approved, and Ovation guaranteed, or your money back. Because Ovation really works. To treat yourself to shiny, silky, bouncy hair just in time for spring, plus receive your 20% off your entire order for the Ovation Anniversary Sale, go to ovationhair.com to check out their complete line of products. Join hundreds of thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. Go to ovationhair.com. That's ovationhair.com now.
Warning. Are you getting calls or letters from the IRS? Don't ignore these, or your problem will just get worse. The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. You need tax representation. The good news is that the current administration has a special program called the Fresh Start Initiative, geared at helping struggling taxpayers the opportunity to settle your tax debt and wipe out a large portion of what you currently owe, including penalties and interest. If you're approved and qualify for tax representation, the IRS will stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens immediately. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you may qualify for substantial relief and even forgiveness. See if you qualify and get immediate protection from the IRS. Call the Tax Representation Hotline at 800-566-2004. That's 800-566-2004. 800-566-2004. Don't ignore the IRS. Call now before it's too late. 800-566-2004.
But you know, Drew, here's the best comment of all. Will writes over on YouTube, remember when we criticized the left for seeing no faults in Obama and call them cultists for doing it? Good times, good times. Every time, every single time that I point out something that I believe is a mistake that the president is making, everybody comes out of the woodwork to criticize my criticizing of the president. I'm never going to walk and sit down behind this microphone and either ignore stories that I think are important or not tell you what I really think's going on. I think that's why you tune in. I think you tune in because, unlike other programs, some people that I will not name are nothing but shills for the Republican Party, or they're shills for the Democrats. I'm here just to tell you the truth. I'm here just to point out that in this situation, the Trump-Putin phone call, which in my opinion is a non-story, that the phone call itself is an absolute non-story, except that there are things that we can learn from it, and there are things that Donald Trump can learn from it. And as I said, the first thing he can learn from it is this: pay attention to the briefings, because the staff that is loyal to you, and we'll get to those who are not in a minute, are trying to make certain that the message of the day gets out. Because the message, whether you believe this or not, the White House has, either for a 24-hour period, or depending on how big the policy decision is, maybe longer, maybe even a week, the White House should be singularly focused on, this is our message. It might be the tax cuts, for example. And you just pound and pound and pound the message about the tax cuts and how good the tax cuts are for middle class, lower class Americans, how it's good for the economy. The reason I say that is important and a great example, then when the tax cuts were originally passed, the support for those, according to public polling, was in the low 20s. But because the White House was able to stay on message and the president was able to stay focused, the approval rating for the tax cuts soared. As the economy soared, as the message continued to resonate, as the message stayed focused, the approval of the tax cuts went through the roof. That's how you ultimately win elections. And every single day, the White House has the message of the day. I'm telling you, this is how it works. I know, I was there. So the message of the day was going to be X, whatever X was for today. Instead, it turns out to be the president got a brief. He called Putin. He talks about the call with Putin. Says,
I had a call with President Putin and congratulated him on the victory, his electoral victory.
So he said, the president publicly said, I congratulated him on his electoral victory. Germany didn't do that. France didn't do that. Britain didn't do that. Most of the free world did not do that. They may have called him about other matters, but by their silence, they say, but we do not approve of how you conduct elections in your country. But here's the bigger issue, and here's whether you think I'm being fair or not, here's what you should be concerned about. The president said this publicly.
I had a call with President Putin and congratulated him on the victory, his electoral victory.
How did the press know that he was advised not to say that? Because somebody inside the West Wing, somebody actually working in the West Wing who had access to that brief that said in all caps, do not congratulate Putin on his election, leaked it to CNN. And once CNN got it, then the rest of the networks get it. And now we've gotten off whatever the message was supposed to be today. And now we're focused on, oh my God, the president got a brief that said he wasn't supposed to do this, and he did it. And so that feeds in, and that feeds into the Russian collusion narrative, which I believe is false. I don't believe there was any collusion. I think the appointment of the special counsel, Bob Mueller, was wrong. I think that Donald Trump is being harangued like a Salem witch trial. He is being harangued over Russia. So any chance that they give the media to say, oh, look, he's being soft on Russia. He was told not to brief He was told in his brief not to say anything good about the election, and he went off script and did it. That allows the media to then go off on this tirade about how he's soft on Putin. You know what he's soft on? He's soft on his staff. There should be an all-staff meeting today, convened not only by General Kelly, the chief of staff, but they should all be frog-marched right in to the Eisenhower executive office, actually the old executive office building. There's an auditorium there. Should be standing room only. Every member of the president's executive staff should be in there. And they should be held there until whoever leaked it finally steps forward. And he should fire their ass on the spot. A president cannot function without a staff that is going to be loyal to him. And insofar as the staffer who was not loyal and leaked that briefing, you know what? You're a little worm. Because if you don't like what the person that you're working for is doing, you should leave. You should have the cojones. You should have the testicles to say, I can't work for this person, and walk out. You should just get up and walk out. So there's something rotten in the West Wing. And until the president somehow forces their hand and gets rid of the people that leak. I mean, this is worse than Nixon. This is, first of all, respect and loyalty, two different things. And I'm talking here about loyalty. You may not agree with everything that look, in your work, I bet you don't agree with every decision your boss makes. I don't agree with every decision my boss makes. There's a huge difference between agreeing with a decision and doing what they do, which is leaking the information. He needs to put a stop to it. Because if he doesn't, it'll be the downfall of his presidency. Won't be me. Don't blame me. It'll be him.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Problems this afternoon out on the West End. I-70 is stopped both directions. There's a pair of crashes. Eastbound I-70 at I-76. 3 lanes are blocked. Only that far right lane is getting by. Single file. Eastbound 70 at I-76. Back up solid to Kipling. The accident westbound 70. It's approaching Kipling over in that right lane. C-470 at Quincy had an earlier truck fire. Cleanup there continues, and backups on both sides of C-470. Watch for an accident cleaning up south on I-25 near the Logan Bridge. Denver's forecast tonight, partly cloudy, low of 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. Upper 60s on Friday. Right now, it's 57 degrees. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHAL.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24. Exclusions apply. Staples.
Michael Brown here for a great opportunity to reduce your reliance on energy companies. I want you to get to know Zoetic NRG. You know, a few years ago, I would not have endorsed a solar company, but today, Zoetic NRG has changed the business model. They've introduced a plan that includes a no money down option and converts what was once a liability into an asset. Like me, you may have had preconceived notions about solar energy. So let's dispel those. Today's solar panels and today's solar business is not what it used to be, which is why I endorse Zoetic NRG. One of my listeners recently bought a Zoetic NRG system and wrote to tell me just how happy they were with this solar project. Plus, when they put solar panels on your roof, they're going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free, saving you even more money. Call Zoetic NRG today at 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447 for a free quote. And when you call them, tell them Michael Brown sent you.
Come to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for the hottest games, tastiest food, and nonstop thrills. Get in the action with our $5 blackjack, $3 craps with 20 times odds, and over 400 slot machines. Plus, dine at Otis and Henry's restaurant to enjoy daily $7.77 Blue Plate specials, including smothered beef enchiladas, chicken pot pie, 99-cent Bloody Marys, and more. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. Table game limits subject to change. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Internet providers promise small businesses a lot. Let's hear who really delivers more. Comcast Business offers fast gig speeds across our network. CenturyLink doesn't. We offer more complete reliability with up to 8 hours of 4G wireless network backup to keep your business connected. CenturyLink, not so much. We offer 35 voice features that businesses care about and solutions that grow with your business so you never miss a call. CenturyLink? No way. Clearly, Comcast Business gives you more. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get internet on our reliable gig speed network. Plus, you can add voice and TV for $34.90 more per month.
Offer ends 5/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and basic TV on one outlet. Requires Comcast Business Internet at additional monthly charge. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Connection pro restrictions apply. Minimum term agreement required. Call for details.
Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39 by Fix It 24/7. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived with upfront pricing before work begins. And you won't find anyone doing as much work for a lower price anywhere. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for Larson Tax Relief. Tax season is here. Did I see you cringe at that? If so, listen up for relief. Larson Tax Relief. Get your past tax problems taken care of once and for all. Stop the worrying and frustration. If you owe back taxes, been years since you filed, Larson Tax Relief is the best and the only tax relief organization I endorse. Their team of experts understand your situation and won't judge you. The name says it all. Relief. Larson Tax Relief. Larson will get you the absolute best possible resolution. Don't worry about your wages being garnished, losing your house, or other drastic action. Larson gets between you and the IRS. They'll get them off your back and save you thousands of dollars. I trust Ron and Jack Larson and their team of experts to fix your tax problems. You can too. So stop cringing and call 844-LARSON-TAX or LarsonTaxRelief.com. That's 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON-TAX.
Celebrate our biggest savings of the year. It's the Champion Spring Celebration. It's our very best offer of the year. Buy 2 new Champion windows and get the third one free. Plus, get 20% off new Champion siding and sunrooms and 0 payments or interest for 12 months. Hi, this is Dave Logan, and Champion is the only window company that I personally endorse. Book your free appointment today online at getchampion.com. Experience lower energy bills, a more comfortable home, and huge home improvement savings with our best offer of the year. Online at getchampion.com. Buy 2 new Champion windows and get the third one free. Plus, get 20% off new Champion siding and sunrooms. Don't miss the Champion Spring Celebration. Book online at getchampion.com. That's getchampion.com.
The Champion limited lifetime warranty applies to Comfort 365 windows as long as the original purchaser owns the home. Subject to qualifying credit approval. Minimum purchase required. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details. Why am I so engaged in the chat room today? If you want to get engaged in the chat room too, youtube.com/Michael Brown today.
You know, how are we doing on, aren't we almost close to 1,300 subscribers?
I think so, yeah. My screen only shows me like 1.2. It doesn't give me the exact number anymore.
Mine showed like 1,298 or something.
Yeah.
So I think close to 1,300.
Pretty close.
I think it's time to start shooting for 2,000.
I agree.
Okay, so here comes the shameless plug.
The groveling.
The groveling for youtube.com/Michael Brown Today. youtube.com/Michael Brown Today, and you click on the subscribe button. Let's get to 2,000, all right? Let's get to 2,000. And there truly is another reason why I'm doing this. In fact, I had the conference call last Friday. We are embarking upon a partnership with a group out of D.C., ironically, that we will start doing content out. And I know we owe a crown. So we got to get, I don't know where a Burger King is.
I do. I don't go to them enough. I don't go buy one on my way home or to work.
I know. I don't pass one anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
So you know what, Will's the one bitching about the crowns.
Uh-huh.
So Will, if you're going to bitch about the crowns, your job as you know,
Crown Master
is to go to Burger King and get 2 crowns and drop them off with Corey at the front desk at 4695 South Monaco.
Yeah.
Denver, Colorado, 80237.
We'll pick them up from her.
And we'll give you credit, Will. We'll give you credit on the little chat room. In fact, maybe we'll write on the back of the crown where nobody can see it, courtesy of Will.
There you go.
How about that?
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm curious mine will actually fit my fat head.
We'll just tape yours to your forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just tape it to the forehead. And so anyway, Drew was asking me about, why are you arguing? I'm not arguing with people in the chat room. I'm trying to further explain in the chat room why I thought this story was worthy of discussion. And Drew made a point that if I said it, people would be like, oh, there he goes again bragging about this or that. And you said what?
I basically said, you've been there. You've been in these rooms. You've been in these meetings. You've been in the White House. Not to, boost your ego, but that's a fact. These are facts.
And the reason I say that if I do not want Trump to fail. I've said he wasn't my first choice or second or third choice, but he is the Republican president. I want him to succeed. I want his agenda. I want the tax cuts. I want the wall. I want immigration reform. I want all of these things. I want entitlement reform. We cannot do that if we lose these midterm elections. And the reality of what's going on in Washington right now is do whatever, and this is my butt hurt about the special counsel and about Jeff Sessions recusing himself. He shouldn't have recused himself. There should never have been a special counsel appointed. There is no collusion based on everything that I've read, and trust me, I read everything, and I'll give you a little hint too. Can I just give you a little hint? I said this in the chat room. Guess what? People that worked for me, direct reports for me, are now direct reports for Donald Trump. You get the connection? Do you get what I'm trying to say without saying it? So when I say that people, there are people that you can find, not just, you don't have to look inside I-495. You can look outside the Beltway. There, and it's not me. Trust me, I'm not advocating. You couldn't pay me enough to go back to Washington. There are people that you can find that have subject matter expertise. You can find SMEs all over the country that for the opportunity to work in this White House, to be loyal to this president, would fall all over themselves to get there and do it. So why he allows these people to stay on that are holdovers from the Obama administration, that are not being loyal to him, and that's different from being a holdover from the Obama administration, is beyond me. This is the guy that's famous for, you're fired. Well, fire their asses. Get Kelly to find out who it is and fire them. Somebody said in the chat room that it was John McCain. Well, John McCain has been all over the news today about how he's mad about you don't congratulate Putin and blah, 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 blah. He wasn't the leaker. John McCain doesn't work in the White House. He's a U.S. senator. Now, somebody in the White House may have leaked it indirectly to McCain, who gave it to CNN, but it had to originate from inside 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. There is rotten wood inside the White House. Well, figuratively and literally. And my fear is, whether you like the way Trump conducts business or not is immaterial. It's immaterial for me, it's immaterial for you. Frankly, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But the point is, if you want to see a Republican conservative agenda of smaller government, tax cuts, immigration reform, entitlement reform, if you want to see these things done, the chance to do it is now, which is why they're trying to burn him at the stake while they can.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6400.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here for the new Carillon at Bellevue Station Retirement Community. It's opening soon in the heart of the Denver Tech Center, and the Carillon is another upscale senior living community offering independent living, assisted living, and memory care. I love these places. I met the new general manager, Angie, and her team, and once again, this community is going to be amazing. They're taking priority waitlist reservations and offering some great move-in benefits. So I want you to call them right now at 720-279-9112 or visit the Information Center off Bellevue and South Niagara Street today.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
It will be partly cloudy tonight with a low of 37, partly sunny tomorrow, a high of 73, sunny and breezy on Friday, a high of 72, 71, and sunny on Saturday.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24, exclusions apply. Staples.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Urging caution. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Austin police and federal authorities still searching the home of bombing suspect Mark Anthony Condit as his aunt speaks out. Fox's Steve Rappaport has more live.
Lisa, Mary Condit says the family is devastated and broken at the news about her nephew.
We had no idea of the darkness that Mark must have been in. Our family is a normal family in every way. We love, we pray, we inspire and serve others.
Authorities spent several hours Wednesday removing potentially explosive devices from Condit's home.
There was no completed devices in the house. There was componentry and the homemade explosive material that we found in the house, and that's what we're most concerned about.
ATF Special Agent Fred Milanowski believes there are no more bombs out in the public, but urged people to remain vigilant. Lisa?
Steve, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg admitting mistakes and outlining steps to protect user data after a growing scandal involving the British firm Cambridge Analytica, posting on Facebook that his company has a responsibility to protect user data, and if they can, then they don't deserve to serve you. The Senate signs off on legislation intended to give victims and prosecutors more options to go after websites that facilitate sex trafficking.
Supporters say the 97-2 vote in the Senate should send a strong message to websites that knowingly allow sex traffickers to operate.
If you're engaging in this stuff knowingly, you're going to be prosecuted, and it's going to stop it. I really believe that.
The legislation, sponsored by Ohio Republican Rob Portman and Connecticut Democrat Richard Blumenthal, amends a federal law that shielded some websites from prosecution or other court actions from the victims. The House passed the same bill last month. The White House statement calls the legislation an important step forward in fighting the despicable act of human trafficking.
Fox's Jared Halpern on Capitol Hill. Fox News, fair and balanced.
GoToMeeting is the collaborative meeting tool trusted by over 18 million monthly users. But how do we make the concept of 18 million more real for you? Well, if you wanted to travel 18 million miles, you could go to the moon and back 36 times and still have a few miles left over for a detour. $18 million could buy you 4.5 million non-fat iced lattes, which would keep you caffeinated from now until the end of your career. Or if you took 18 million standing desk breaks, well, you'd probably be in great shape. Visit GoToMeeting.com to learn why so many people trust us to help them get work done.
Hi, I'm Darla from Cintas.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. We have so much to do. I need fire extinguishers, right?
We'll place them for you and be out for regular inspection.
Great. And what about my new hires?
We'll get them into uniforms and keep them looking sharp.
What about this first aid cabinet?
Fully stocked.
It wasn't this morning.
It is now. And so are the restrooms.
Wow, Cintas really seems to know what we need.
You said it.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
Red Sack. KHOW News Time 5:03. I'm Kathy Walker. A new study from CU Boulder says you might not be aware that your tweets are being used as data in a wide variety of research projects.
The CU study says researchers freely collect and analyze tweets, even ones you've deleted. It finds that 62% of Twitter users are unaware that this is happening, and 61% wrongly believe that the data mining violates Twitter's terms of service. The CU researchers are working with the University of Kentucky to develop ethical guidelines for data mining on Twitter and other social media.
That's reporter Jerry Bell. It's a sign of tough times for hiring police officers. The town of Nederland will now contract with Boulder County for law enforcement from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 days a week. If the terms of the deal are approved, Boulder County will receive $121,000 annually for providing the service. Pot is paving the way in Denver. Denver Public Works receiving an extra $1.2 million this year from marijuana tax revenue. It'll be used to pave neighborhood streets. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Trouble out west, driving along I-70 out in the Arvada area. Westbound I-70 is stopped. The accident westbound 70 approaching Kipling. Right lane is blocked. Solid delays from I-76. Try to get to the left side of the highway to get by this. It's also backing up I-76. Also, C-470 eastbound C-470 near Quincy. Or their truck fire. Cleanup continues there. It's causing backups. And an accident with a large camper RV involved westbound C-470 near Alameda. That's in the right lane, slowing up both directions. Denver's forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. Right now, it's 57. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by Dell.
Get a true cinematic experience right on your laptop with the Dell XPS 13, powered by 8th Gen Intel Core processors and featuring new Dell Cinema technology with incredible color, sound, and streaming. For more information, call 1-800-BUY-DELL.
So overnight, the Austin, Texas bomber, the suspect who had left packages that, killed 2 and injured maybe a dozen people, I don't remember. They were able to find him, they tracked him, they surrounded him, and of course he blew himself up. And at least as of 4 o'clock this afternoon, no known motive. The investigators identified a bunch of leads, but the case really broke. And I find this interesting because I think the case broke before the public or the news media knew about it. The police chief down in Austin and Travis County described how the authorities tracked down his vehicle to a Round Rock area hotel. And then the popo began to surround the vehicle. A SWAT team was coming in, and that's when he got in, as the SWAT team was coming in, he got in his car or van, whatever it was, and detonated a bomb in the car. The chief said that an officer had fired at the suspect, and another officer who was knocked back by the blast was treated for minor injuries. The special agent in charge of the ATF, a guy by the name of Fred Milanowski, said that authorities know when he bought some of the components and that it was recently. He said that fortunately we were able to do some digging and find this individual over the past 48 hours. The lesson for you and I to learn is when we hear about these stories, and I know that we've broken in occasionally when cops are doing these press gaggles and cable news, and sometimes we're forced to take them. There's usually not much news in there when the investigation is ongoing. I don't know why it's hard for news directors, for producers and others to recognize that these press conferences are being held just to feed the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week news machine. It's not to give anything of substance, because if you ever really listen while an investigation is ongoing, there's probably not just tidbits of information that is pretty meaningless. There might actually be misinformation in those press conferences because they want to throw off a suspect that they're not actually on the trail. They want the suspect to believe that they're off over here. It goes back to the White House messaging. The White House has a message, like I was talking about in last hour, but what they want, the White House wants you to stay on the message, whereas cops sometimes want to dangle the shiny object so that the media, like a bunch of cockroaches, goes running over here to the object, a bunch of rats trying to get the piece of cheese over here so that they're thrown off the scent while they're still doing the actual rubber shoe work over here, tracking down a suspect. And I think that's exactly what was going on in Austin, and the media gets played for the fools, which is fine. They're a bunch of fools anyway. They didn't release the identity of the suspect this morning, but they said he was a 24-year-old white male. We now know who he is, but just a couple of thoughts. The bombings in Austin, yes, are terrifying because it shows that that's something that could happen to us anywhere at any time. We have this natural tendency, well, I don't have this tendency because I lived through the anthrax scare where everything that was ever brought to my office had been through some sort of machine that had killed anything, any living organism that might be in it, so that the paper we got and the packages we got were like they were 100 years old. It was just this brittle parchment because everything had gone through a scanner. It's why if you want to write your congressman, don't write your congressman, send him an email, because the letter is going to go to Fort Detrick or somewhere else and go through some scanning machine that's going to kill anything that might be in there that might be dangerous to the congressman or their staff. So send an email. But back to the idea of it can happen anywhere, anytime, to any of us. Interestingly, though, even after all the bombing, even after learning that he went to Home Depot and bought these things, the media has focused more on him and not the object. The object in this case are improvised explosive devices, IEDs, bombs. Why is it that in this story the focus is on the individual and not the tool, the weapon, the object? Where are all the cries for anybody that buys anything at Home Depot that could or Lowe's, or I'm not picking on Home Depot. Anybody that buys anything at Ace or Home Depot or Lowe's that could be used in bomb making, why do they not have to register? Why is there not a 3-day waiting period for any of these materials? Why is there not a national registry? Why is there not a background check before you were allowed to buy anything that singularly is by itself an inanimate object, but only when put together and then used in a illegal, immoral manner does it become a dangerous item? Because all of those materials that this dirtbag used to create the bombs are, in and of themselves, pretty inert, pretty inanimate, pretty harmless. Only when you take the skills to put them together does it become dangerous. Well, my Glocks sitting wherever they might be sitting right now are inanimate objects. And in fact, right now, they're a danger to no one because nobody but me has access to them. And some people would argue I'm making a mistake here, but there's not a round chambered in them. I don't carry loaded weapons. So where's the outrage? Where's the call for common sense bomb legislation? Where's the hue and cry for we've got to keep this from ever happening again? Or why don't we go back to the Unabomber days, because everybody kept making references to the Unabomber. Why don't we go back statistically to him and then include him plus all of the other bombs that have been set off in the Tube in London or in Calais or somewhere in Paris or somewhere else in Bacalan? Why don't we go back and collect all of those bombings and compress all of that down, kind of like we do with global warming and global cooling, compress all of that down into just a little short time frame and say, oh my gosh, we are experiencing an avalanche of bombings in this country. Why not? Why are we not doing that? There are a lot of similarities. But here, the media wants to focus on this guy. And I think they want to focus on this guy because, well, he has one strike against him. He was homeschooled. And you know that people that homeschool, well, they're just bat crap crazy.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Delays out in the West End. The westbound side of I-70 is stopped. 2 right lanes are blocked off. Westbound 70 approaching Kipling, backed up solid to I-76. Westbound 76 is backed up. Now a crash on westbound 76 near Sheridan. Stop and go traffic there. C470 eastbound. C470 near Quincy. Earlier truck fire. Cleanup continues there. And an accident with an RV westbound. C470 near Alameda. That's hanging up the right lane, affecting both directions. Denver's forecast tonight, partly cloudy, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 73, upper 60s on Friday. Right now, 57. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24, exclusions apply. Staples.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here. You know that I'm a lawyer, so I've got strong opinions about lawyers. You know I'd never call a lawyer that advertises with a funny nickname or has an ad that shows hundreds of associates that are, well, you and I both know are overworked and underpaid. If me, Tamara, or any of my children or friends were involved in an accident and we needed an attorney, you know what I'd do? I'd call John Fuller at John Fuller Law. Now, his firm is effective and efficient. He doesn't look for hundreds of cases, but instead he looks for cases involving people like you and me, and then he and his staff give you personal attention. You know, the insurance companies are always looking for a very quick settlement at the least cost to them. And then they try to catch you at your most vulnerable time when you or your family are hurting. So I want you to do what I would do. I want you to call John Fuller. Check him out at personalinjuryco.com. That's personalinjuryco.com, or give him a call, 303-597-4500. 597-4500.
Have you gotten a notice from the IRS that's keeping you up at night? Let Advanced Tax Solutions help clean up that mess and give you peace of mind. Right here in Denver, helping clients for more than 2 decades. It's Advanced Tax Solutions.
Is your garage door making weird noises? This is Dave Logan. If you're having issues with your garage door, call Don's Garage Doors, the only garage door company I personally endorse. I've used Don's Garage Doors in my home, and folks, you should too. Your garage is the entrance to your home, and you want somebody you can trust. Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667, or online at donsgaragedoors.com.
Take your home like it is, and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
When it comes to servicing your car, let's go right to the heart of the matter. Al Aramis, he's the owner of Pro Auto Care for 25 years, and they give a 36,000-mile warranty complete with roadside assistance to each and every customer. You'll also get reminders when your service intervals are due. I love them. I use them. You should too. Denver and Littleton. 303-PRO-AUTO. That's 303-PRO-AUTO or 303proauto.com.
Chevrolet cars and trucks sold the right way, fairly, honestly, and ethically. Since 1960, Purefoy Chevrolet has provided an outstanding car and truck buying experience in Fort Lupton. Come see for yourself. Purefoy Chevrolet, 57 years and counting. Find new roads.
Hi, this is Dave Logan for Dr. Fix-It, the only plumbing company that I personally endorse. I love this company because they're locally owned and operated and have been since 1979. In addition, they're A-plus members of the BBB and top rated with Google, Yelp, and Yahoo. Dr. Fix-It can handle just about any plumbing issue you have. But if you call today, they'll get you $300 off a new water heater. Call Dr. Fix-It today at 303-933-1550 or go to calldrfixit.com.
The real estate market is hot, so you think any broker will do? Never. I'm Tom Martino. Now more than ever, you need the skill and experience of Frank Duran, the real estate man, part of RE/MAX Alliance. He's so confident that he can sell your home for more money in less time than the others, he'll give you a guarantee. If at any time you're unhappy, just say the word and you're out of the contract with no obligation. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. Frank Duran, the real estate man.
If you sleep with a snorer or if you suffer from tinnitus, you'll often find yourself not sleeping well, which can be detrimental to your health, your job, your life. Hi, it's Ross, and I value solutions which are not just effective, but also cost-effective. That's how my friends at Adco Hearing Products think too, which is why they have a brand new product available to you for less than $50 to help folks sleep, whether through tinnitus or snoring. Drop by Adco's location at 4242 South Broadway or learn more at adcohearing.com. That's ADCO hearing.com.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Esther, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782 on insurance.
Liberty did what?
I know. It's a lot of money, right?
What'd you say?
Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Visit us online to get a quote.
What?
I said, visit us online to get a quote, and you can save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Are you still talking?
Speaking of whether or not I carry a weapon that has round chambered in it, let's do a couple of taxpayer relief shots. But I had an email last night about taxpayer relief shots that made me think that perhaps it's time every once in a while to stop and help everyone understand why we celebrate people, good people with a gun, shooting bad people. Sometimes they have guns, sometimes they don't. If you feel like, if you believe, and speaking in terms of a lawyer, if you're in front of a jury, you've shot someone in self-defense. One of the key elements of proving the affirmative defense, let me explain what an affirmative defense is. If you've been charged with a crime, the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty. So let's say that you have shot someone, you believe, in self-defense, but the state believes that you have shot someone unjustifiably, and they've charged you with first-degree manslaughter, or, God forbid, they've charged you with second- or third-degree murder. Certainly couldn't charge you with first-degree murder absent some special circumstances that would indicate that you did it with malice aforethought. So the state has to prove all of the elements that are required to prove that you committed manslaughter. You acted with willful negligence, you acted outside the common bounds of what a reasonable man would do. I can't remember all the elements of manslaughter, but there's 4 or 5 elements of manslaughter. So they would have to prove all of those in order to convince a judge or a jury. They'd have to prove all of those beyond a reasonable doubt that you did each of those 5 elements and that they believe you committed all, the jury believes that you committed all those 5 elements. Then they could find you guilty of manslaughter. But you could have affirmative defenses. An affirmative defense says, you know what? I might be guilty of these 4 of the 5 elements. In fact, I might even admit that I am guilty of 1 or 2 elements of manslaughter. But I have these affirmative defenses over here. And these affirmative defenses say, yes, you may have done this, but in your defense, you have these items, you have these facts that amount to affirmative defenses that counter the charges against you. Self-defense is an affirmative defense. You shot someone, you killed someone, you've been charged with second or third degree murder. But your affirmative defense is that you did it in self-defense. And part of that affirmative defense is you acted in a lawful manner. You had, as a reasonable man would, an imminent fear of danger to your life or to your property. And so in the culture wars, which are just rampant in this country, we celebrate the fact that you can still use a gun, a handgun, long gun, doesn't make any difference. You can use, I'd like to find sometime a taxpayer relief shot that actually involves maybe a baseball bat or a golf club or a knife, something other than a gun. But we use the guns primarily in taxpayer relief shots because it shows to those who either don't understand firearms, are scared of guns, or who have an irrational belief that guns are only used for bad purposes. These are to show that guns are used for a good purpose. But Michael, how can the killing of another human being be a good purpose? Let me put you in this circumstance. Let's say that you have a fear of guns. You don't keep guns in your home. But suddenly, 2 or 3 thugs break down your front door and your 8-year-old daughter and your 26-year-old lovely wife are upstairs in the bedroom, and they come in with the sole purpose of robbing everything in your house and of raping your wife, maybe killing her, and killing your 8-year-old daughter and you so that there are no witnesses. Would you want a gun then? If you answer no, I don't believe you. If you answer no, I'd say you're extraordinarily out of your mind. Who wouldn't want the opportunity to stop their spouse from being raped or their child from being murdered by a bunch of thugs? My guess is if you had the opportunity, you'd find a butcher knife, you'd find a steak knife, you'd run to the garage and get your 9-iron. You would do anything you could to stop those thugs from committing those crimes. So the taxpayer relief shots are a short period of time that we take out of a 3-hour show, and there is rarely a day goes by that my associate producers are not able to send me 2, 3, 4, a half a dozen, sometimes more than I can ever get to. There are some days where they send me so many taxpayer relief shots, I could spend an entire hour doing nothing but taxpayer relief shots. Sometimes they have audio from news reports, sometimes they don't. A homeowner shot a man breaking into his home late Monday, according to the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. A warrant said that James Smith Jr. broke a window around 10 p.m. on the side of a home on Blue Ridge Drive in Travelers Rest. It said Smith entered the home without permission and had a knife. The warrant said Smith threatened the people inside the home. The homeowner yelled a warning to Smith and then opened fire. Smith was shot at least once. Smith was taken to the hospital, but the hospital has not released his condition. So we don't know whether he's dead or alive. He clearly wasn't, I assume, DOA, because they would have told us that he's now deceased. But here is an example from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, of a good guy with a gun protecting his family and his property, and probably his own life, with a gun. If he dies, it is wholly a taxpayer relief shot, because the taxpayers don't have to pay for this goober's defense or his incarceration.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network, a volatile day of trading on Wall Street. Stocks closing in the red. The Dow closing down 45 points, the Nasdaq down 19, and the S&P 500 down 5. And opening arguments are set for tomorrow in the federal government's efforts to block AT&T's efforts to snap up Time Warner in a case that could shape how you get and how much you pay for streaming TV and movies. AT&T says it needs to buy Time Warner to compete with the likes of Amazon, Netflix, and Google in the rapidly evolving world of video entertainment. However, the Justice Department's antitrust lawyers worry that consumers will end up paying more to watch their favorite shows. And Dropbox is going public on Friday. The cloud storage firm says demand is so strong for its shares, it's raising the price for its stock by $2. Dropbox expects its price of the stock to be between $18 and $20 a share, and it's believed that the company's stock debut could raise up to $720 million. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional backup solutions can't handle. At best, you'll waste time and money managing multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network, a private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Photos this afternoon, the I-25 drive heavier downtown to the Tech Center. Both directions. Police heading off to an accident stuck on I-25 near 6th Avenue. I-76 is stopped. Crash on westbound 76 near Sheridan. Traffic is backed up there. Heavy down to the I-70 interchange. The accident westbound 70 at Kipling, that's finally gone. All lanes have opened and westbound 70 looking better. Stuck in traffic? You might have seen it coming with the Total Traffic app powered by Graphic Karma. Denver's forecast, partly cloudy tonight, low 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 73. It'll be windy on Friday, upper 60s. Right now, 57 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24. Exclusions apply. Staples.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here. You know, in this crazy housing market, you find a house that you want, and then, you know what? Multiple offers all in one day on the same house. So instead of buying an existing house, you can have a brand new, custom-built home from the Hall Company. Now, I know you hear custom-built and you think expensive, but whether you're looking for 1,500 square feet or 15,000 square feet, the Hall Company will help you find your ideal piece of land, design the home with you, and then build it. You get what you want, not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can even help you find the land if you want to build the house yourself. And of course, they can help you secure financing. So instead of getting what somebody else liked, get a home that's just what you want. Check out their work at denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. That's denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. Or do this. Call Dave Hall, the owner. He actually answers his phone, and he'll answer your questions. Call or text him at 303-669-0531. That's 303-669-0531, and just have a conversation about the dream home that you've always wanted.
Find that perfect lot to build your next home. This is Dave Logan. AAA Home Improvements is the only design, build, general contractor I personally endorse for a lot of reasons. After over a decade of being the leading home renovator, they now offer custom home building. In today's low inventory and expensive housing market, building your next home may be the best option. Let AAA design and build a custom home that suits you and your family. Call AAA Home Improvements, 720-981-4269.
I'm an architect.
I'm a doctor.
Music producer.
I'm an accountant.
We're business owners. When I found out that I could download big files.
Really big files.
Huge files.
CAD files.
X-rays. Cloud files.
Audio files.
Zip files.
In seconds.
Not minutes. In seconds.
And that all my employees,
with all their devices,
would have more than enough bandwidth.
I said, wow.
Wow.
Boom.
Sign me up.
That's a dream come true.
Introducing Gig Speed from Comcast Business. With download speeds up to 20 times faster than what most people have. Tons of bandwidth for everything your business does every day. And an affordable price. It's a small business owner's dream.
Now, I'm dreaming gig.
Really, really gig.
Comcast is building the largest gig speed network in the country. Now more small businesses in more places can dream gig. Comcast Business. Built for business. Visit dreamgig.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. May not be available in all areas. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-731-1308 or visit denverdentist.com.
Lone Rock, Arkansas. Taxpayer relief shot.
A shooting investigation is going on right now in Arkansas, where state police say a Baxter County Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a man near Lone Rock. Deputy responded to the area around 8 o'clock last night to look into a theft report on Push Mountain Road. Lexi Spivak has more on what happened then.
I'm at the intersection of Push Mountain Road and County Road 72, where the 341 Market is located. Now, it's this store owner that not only called 911, but also heard last night's gunshots. It started when a deputy came out to this store last night responding to a theft report. That report was called in by the store owner. While the deputy was en route, the store owner says he distracted the suspected thief, who he also called a transient. That's when the man on the tractor tried to drive away, but not before the store owner notified the deputy that he believed that man stole the tractor he was on. Next, the store owner says he and neighbors heard gunshots on the adjacent road.
On a tractor. You know, Drew, next time I decide to rob someplace, I'm going to do it with, my getaway car is going to be a tractor. A big old honking John Deere. Biggest one I can find. Just, be like that guy up in Granby. Wasn't it Granby where the guy went nuts on the tractor and just demolished, or the bulldozer? He had a bulldozer.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Bulldozer. I need to get me a bulldozer.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I'll do.
County Road 72. According to the Baxter County Sheriff's Department, there was a physical altercation between the two, and the man on the tractor confronted the deputy with a crossbow. Overall, the store owner is shocked and says things like this just don't happen here.
They never do. Everybody always said, it was a quiet neighborhood. It's never happened here before. I'm always fascinated by that. Yeah, you pull a crossbow on a deputy, I think the deputy is fully justified in immediately taking you out. Scott County, Kentucky.
A home invasion, an armed intruder, a child inside, and a 911 call sent police racing to a Scott County home early this morning. At a house on Echo Path, police say 32-year-old Joel Flum of Brookville, Indiana, was trying to force his way inside when he was shot and killed by an officer. LEX 18's Catherine Gardner has the story.
Around 12:30 this morning, police say they received a 911 call from a woman who was obviously trying to hide the fact she was calling for help. Dispatchers could tell someone had gotten through the front door of the woman's house.
That the individual kicked in the door, forced his way inside, and began searching the residence for the other male subject.
Chief Bossy says that man was with a woman who was on the phone, but he was able to escape through the back of the house while the woman kept an armed Joel Flum distracted.
The subject entered the home armed with 2 handguns, 4 extra magazines, and 2 hunting knives.
After investigating further, police say the 32-year-old Flum is the homeowner's ex-husband and was looking for the man who was with his ex-wife at the time. Inside that house was also a 6-year-old child who apparently slept through the entire ordeal. Wendy Crite says she was next door and only heard slamming noises, not realizing what was happening.
Heard noises out front, back here, and I just stayed tight, locked in the house.
Police say that was probably a good idea because of what may have been on Flum's mind.
I think it's too early in the investigation to tell, but clearly the subject came armed and we believe had a mission.
Covering the news in Scott County, Catherine Gardner, LEX 18 News.
The Georgetown police officer who fatally shot Joel Flum is on administrative leave, which is standard procedure. Coming up on LEX.
So, another good example, San Angelo, Texas. The Popo have identified the 26-year-old man who allegedly intruded and was shot and killed Monday by a resident of a San Angelo apartment complex. Jamie Mendoza, San Angelo police said in a news release Tuesday, was the guy killed. The attempted burglary allegedly occurred at a residence in the Village Apartments. Popo, upon arrival, found Mendoza dead. The 19-year-old San Angelo man who allegedly shot Mendoza wasn't injured. No charges will be filed against the teen. Homeowner shoots armed man who refused to leave Phoenix home. A homeowner in West Phoenix allegedly shot and injured a suspect who was reportedly armed and refusing to leave his home on Monday. Detective Marianne Ramirez, a spokesman with the Phoenix Police Department, said the homeowner was confronted by the suspect at his front door in the area of 56th and Vernon Avenues. The suspect, only described as an adult male, was reportedly armed, refused to leave the premises. Ramirez said a confrontation occurred between the two, leading the homeowner to shoot the suspect. The suspect was located outside of the house with non-life-threatening injury and was transported to a local hospital. Non-fatal injuries, but he had a gun, she had a gun, She took responsible action, probably saved her life. Deputy shoots, kills man who police say wielded knives in South El Monte. A Los Angeles sheriff's deputy responding to the report of a burglary in South El Monte early Sunday, March 18, shot and killed a man wielding two wives. Wielding two wives. The shooting occurred in the 900 block of Durfee Avenue about 8:34 in the morning. The man was pronounced DRT, or DAS, dead at scene. No popo were injured. They say they received a call about a possible burglary. When they arrived, they saw a man with a backpack outside the vacant home. The man fled when the deputies tried to approach him after a short pursuit. Just one deputy was closest to the man when he turned around with kitchen-type knives in each of his hands. When the man started to approach the deputy, he fired multiple shots, striking the man once in the upper torso. The man has not been identified. And then I get this email. Let me scroll down to the bottom here. So, who is this? Carlos. Carlos writes, do you have statistics? Agent Judd A, statistics. Do you have statistics on how often thugs break in homes to kill and rape women compared to gun accidents and mishaps? Why would I care to compare those two separate related issues? How is one related to the other? Because you asked the question whether or not you would want a gun in a rare circumstance. Yes, I would. This is exactly the exact kind of thinking that just bumfuzzles me. The likelihood of anybody breaking in, I have had guns in my home since I was born. Never a fatal accident, never an accident at all. I don't want to run the low risk of somebody breaking into my house to steal my property, to rape my wife, to harm my children or grandchildren or anybody else. That is of a low probability. But on a scale of probability versus consequences, the consequences are astronomical. So imagine, even though you don't believe that the likelihood of anything happening to you at your particular address, that's not the question. The question is, if that low probability incident happens at your residence, are you willing to risk the astronomical consequences of a dead family or a robbed family versus having a gun that in decades has never done anything wrong?
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
More problems throwing up the Highway Drive. I-25 heavier both directions downtown to the Tech Center. An accident on South and I-25 after 6th Avenue. Lakewood Drive is struggling westbound 6th Avenue. Report of a car fire westbound 6th Avenue at Federal. Solid delays from I-25 on out past Federal. Westbound I-70 at Kipling. That crash is gone. Westbound 70 looks better. And an accident wrapping up westbound 76 near Sheridan. Still pretty heavy on I-76 through Arvada. Denver forecast, part of the cloudy tonight, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 73. Little windy on Friday, upper 60s. Right now, 57 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by Staples. Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new Epson EcoTank, including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time.
You know, it seems that every day you hear somebody talking about the many potential positive effects of stem cells. Medical journals are filled with thousands of scientific papers about the health benefits that result from stem cell therapy. Grossman Wellness Center has been offering stem cell-based regenerative therapies to treat a multitude of orthopedic problems for almost a decade. This is longer than any other medical clinic in Colorado. So whether you suffer from plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, or even something more severe such as bone-on-bone arthritis, that it's causing you considerable pain and interfering with your quality of life, I invite you to call my doctors at the Grossman Wellness Center. Schedule a free initial consultation with one of their board-certified physicians. Call them today at 303-233-4247 and tell them Michael Brown sent you for a free initial consultation. Call Grossman Wellness Center today at 303-233-4247. You have nothing to lose but your pain.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I began paying employees in 1988. I would handwrite checks and say, here you go, don't cash it until Tuesday. But a teenage employee wanted to see his pay stub. Pay stub? We don't have pay stubs. Get back to work. He said his dad worked for the government and state law required him to receive a pay stub. Uh-oh. Years later, I created Patriot Software to help small businesses with 1 to 100 employees do their payroll correctly with pay stubs. Our payroll starts at just $10 a month, and if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Is your garage door making weird noises? This is Dave Logan. If you're having issues with your garage door, call Don's Garage Doors, the only garage door company I personally endorse. I've used Don's Garage Doors in my home, and folks, you should too. Your garage is the entrance to your home, and you want somebody you can trust. Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667, or online at donsgaragedoors.com.
Come to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for the hottest games, tastiest food, and non-stop thrills. Get in the action with our $5 blackjack, $3 craps with 20 times odds, and over 400 slot machines. Plus, dine at Otis and Henry's restaurant to enjoy daily $7.77 blue plate specials, including smothered beef enchiladas, chicken pot pie, 99-cent Bloody Marys, and more. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. Table game limits subject to change. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Ovation Hair says it's time to give yourself a special treat, the treat of great-looking, healthy hair. With Ovation's anniversary sale, the treat just got better, with 20% off your entire order. The one-of-a-kind Ovation Cell Therapy is proven to deliver thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier-looking hair, guaranteed or your money back. Its unique and proprietary formula treats the scalp and hair cuticle, resulting in 80% less breakage and increased hair strength. I'm always giving it to friends and family because it really works. Ovation is friend recommended, buyer approved, and Ovation guaranteed, or your money back, because Ovation really works. To treat yourself to shiny, silky, bouncy hair just in time for spring, plus receive your 20% off your entire order for the Ovation Anniversary Sale, go to ovationhair.com to check out their complete line of products. Join hundreds of thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. Go to ovationhair.com. That's ovationhair.com now.
When it comes to hiring, you don't have time to waste. You need to get to a short list of qualified candidates fast. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using our intuitive online dashboard. Your time is precious. Let Indeed help you get to your short list of qualified candidates. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head, just over $30,000. That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask like 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. Optima Tax Relief. They're the best in the business.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief.
If you're in Chicago, you run a high risk of getting caught in gangbanger crossfire. But that's the least of your problems in Chicago, particularly if you're poor.
And now to Chicago, where debt from unpaid parking tickets and traffic violations is prompting an increasing number of bankruptcies. ProPublica Illinois recently analyzed data about Chicago's ticketing system to learn about the burden it creates for residents. Melissa Sanchez was one of the reporters. So, Melissa, your data suggests these fines go disproportionately to poor and minority residents. Why is that?
Basically, it's because fines accumulate extra penalties when they're not paid on time. I can get a ticket for $75, but if I don't pay it immediately, if I can't afford to pay it because I'm making these choices between, buying my kids winter boots or paying the utility bill, I allow that debt to double, which is what happens in the city of Chicago. And then if more time passes and I still don't pay it, the city tacks on a 22% collection fee. So you're talking closer to $200 at that point.
So what happens if you can't pay the debt?
If you don't pay your parking tickets and you accumulate 10 unpaid parking tickets, then you can lose your license in Illinois. More immediately, if you accumulate just 2 tickets that end up unpaid for a given amount of time, then the city can put your car on the boot list, which means that it can get this metal clamp installed that prevents you from moving it until you pay a significant payment towards your debt and other fees to get that removed.
Right. And so if you take away someone's license or you take away their vehicle, obviously that makes it harder for them to work and harder for them to repay this debt.
Exactly. And our data suggests that with the license suspensions in particular, low-income blacks in all of Illinois are the ones who are paying the disproportionate share. They're the ones who are losing their licenses the most.
So in Chicago, if you're black and poor, you're going to end up, I guess, in a debtor prison or something. And you're going to lose your car. It's going to get the boot. You're going to lose your license. So when I heard this story, this NPR story, I had 2 reactions. The first reaction, you would be proud of me, was one of compassion, one of sympathy. So you're a poor working stiff. You are, you got this old beat up car that is barely making it places, and you're driving somewhere in Chicago and you got just enough time off to go do a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, or your kid's in trouble at school and you're trying to be a good parent. So you park somewhere and the meeting ends up taking longer than you thought. Now, before you hard asses out there jump up and say, they should have known better, they should have gone back out and fed the meter. How many of you, because I've done this, all right, I parked downtown Denver, use the old credit card, max it out to whatever, usually 2 hours, and then we go into dinner. And I don't pay any attention. And the next thing I know, it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes or 2.5 hours. And if I'm lucky, the little meter maid, little golf cart hasn't come by yet. And so I escape getting a ticket. Pull out real quickly, done. No harm, no foul, right? And then there are times when dinner takes longer than expected and we're having a good time and I don't think about it and I look down at my watch and realize, oh, holy crap, I either have to go move the car or feed the meter, which is why I prefer to park in garages. And then I realize I go out, or it's too late and I'm like, oh, screw it, I got the ticket anyway. And I go out and boom, there's the ticket. So don't sit there and say, well, they should have known better. They should have gone out and paid for it. If you're a poor single working mother and you've been called to school because you're doing everything you can to make sure your little rugrat stays in school, and the meeting with the principal or the teacher takes longer, what's going to be your focus? It's going to be on keeping your kid in school, resolving the disciplinary issue, whatever it might be. You're not thinking about that ticket or that parking meter. And then you go out and you realize you got a parking ticket. You're making minimum wage. How are you going to pay a $75 parking ticket? So you do what human nature does. You throw it away because if you're poor and you're not very well educated, You don't understand the consequences that, well, they've got your tag number, it's going to accumulate additional fines and fees. You don't think that way. So trying to be compassionate, I understand how these poor black people that NPR is talking about can get caught up in this vicious circle. Then I know hard asses are going to say, well, why don't they go to court and challenge it? Why don't they go to court and try to explain to the judge that, hey, I was called to the principal's office to take care of my kid, and look at me, I'm a poor single black mother. What do you want me to do? Well, Michael, they got to follow the law. And the other problem is, can you imagine how much time? You hate going to the DMV. You hate going to get your license plates. Can you imagine going down to even just this little old rinky-dink city and county of Denver because you want to try to get out of a parking ticket or try to explain to the judge, hey, I make minimum wage, and I was caught and my kid was in trouble at school and I'm doing everything I can. That's going to take all freaking day long. So of course they don't pay it. They throw it away, then they end up losing their car. I hate government.
Alexa, play KHOW Radio.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Ask for us on your Amazon or Google smart speaker.
Let's talk.
630 KHOW.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Need a new roof? Get the best. ExcelRoofing.com. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39 by Fix It 24/7. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived with upfront pricing before work begins. And you won't find anyone doing as much work for a lower price anywhere. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
It will be partly cloudy tonight with a low of 37, partly sunny tomorrow, a high of 73, sunny and breezy on Friday, a high of 72, 71, and sunny on Saturday.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24, exclusions apply. Staples.
This is your station for the 16K a day giveaway. Coming up at 5 after the hour on KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station.
Uncovering evidence. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Federal authorities in Austin, Texas, finding a recording of a so-called manifesto by the suspected serial bomber. Fox's Steve Rappaport has more live.
Lisa, Austin Police Chief Brian Manley says he considers a cell phone recording of Mark Condit to be a confession.
He does not at all mention anything about terrorism, nor does he mention anything about hate, but instead it is the outcry of a very challenged young man talking about challenges in his personal life that led him to this point.
The 23-year-old blew himself up as SWAT officers closed in on him. Authorities have yet to determine whether Condit acted alone in the bombings that killed 2 people and injured 4. Lisa?
Steve, Republican Rick Saccone conceding the special congressional election in southwestern Pennsylvania to Democrat Connor Lamb after the GOP considered a recounted legal action. Lamb led by about 750 votes in an upset in a Republican-held district. President Trump won by 20 percentage points. Days after a scandal broke involving Facebook user data, the company's CEO speaks out.
Zuckerberg wrote, "If we can't protect your data, then we don't deserve to serve you." He says he's been working to understand exactly what happened and how to make sure it won't happen again. But he notes the way that a data mining company like Cambridge Analytica got all of this Facebook user data 4 years ago is no longer allowed. Back then, when the UK company wanted the data, they could get your friend's profile information if you accepted an app or quiz. That's no longer the case. Zuckerberg says the guy who invented the quiz then violated Facebook's old terms by selling it to a third party, in this case, Cambridge Analytica.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Cambridge Analytica whistleblower Christopher Wiley tweeting that he will testify before U.S. House and UK Parliament committees. Fox News, fair and balanced.
A list of things that will let you down today. Your alarm clock, C-store coffee, public transportation, the office elevator, the sandwich you packed for lunch, the 5th floor printer, your cell phone battery, the shoelace you swore you double knotted, your hard drive, your backup hard drive, and of course, the weather. Brighten your day with something you can actually count on. GoToMeeting is the easy-to-use collaborative meeting tool that 18 million monthly users trust to help them get work done. To learn more about how you can meet better, visit gotomeeting.com.
I'm having that 6:59 feeling again.
What?
You know, that mini panic attack right before the workday starts when you're sure you've forgotten something?
Nope, that's my favorite time of day. I work with Cintas, so I always know we're ready for the workday. They handle our uniforms, fire extinguishers, first aid, safety training, floor mats, and restroom supplies.
I think I need to call Cintas.
They might just make a morning person out of you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
KHOW News Time, 6:03. I'm Kathy Walker. The Byers-Evans house at the corner of 13th and Bannock in Denver has long been a historical attraction, but now it's also home to the Center for Colorado Women's History.
The house is now a place where history becomes her story.
Thank you for coming to celebrate the opening of the Center for Colorado Women's History.
Center Director Jillian Allison says this will be a place for learning and listening.
We are interested in learning the stories of women who organize around the kitchen table as much as the women who organize around the boardroom table.
So they cut the ribbon with high hopes.
I hope this museum serves as a hub for women empowerment, inspiration, and education.
That's reporter Jerry Bell. Natural Grocers is recalling 10-ounce containers of Coconut Smiles Organic. It's been the source of 13 salmonella illnesses in 8 states, including one in Colorado. That person was not hospitalized and has since recovered. Coconut Smiles Organic is a type of dried coconut snack. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Uber. Slowdowns continue. More problems on the highways. Up on the Boulder Turnpike, new accident eastbound 36 approaching Wadsworth in that right lane, jammed up from 96. That's about a 10-minute delay for you. I-25 crowded downtown at the Tech Center, both directions. An accident south on I-25 just after 6th Avenue. Cleanup continues there. Jam-ups on the Lakewood Drive with the problem on westbound 6th Avenue near Federal. Was a stall jammed up from I-25 on out to Federal. Watch for an accident, Smoky Hill at E470. Denver forecast, partly cloudy tonight, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high near 73. Right now, 57 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Whether traveling for business or traveling for fun, chances are people will need a ride to the airport. Drive with Uber and earn extra money, and maybe even use it to upgrade your own vacation getaway. Sign up today at uber.com/drive now. Certain restrictions apply. See site for details.
So I think this whole Facebook thing, if you're not aware of what the Facebook thing is, it's probably the silliest conspiracy of the entire Russia scare that has everybody in a dither. I just happened to look up earlier on one of the monitors and on Fox News, they were talking about it and how they were trying to tie the Facebook and the Cambridge Analytica, if it is a data breach, if it was a violation of Facebook's terms of service. And I'll be quite honest, I'm so underwhelmed by this story that I haven't paid attention to the details. But generically, here's what I can tell you, and you probably know more than I do. And if you do, I find that bizarre, because who cares about this? I got a kick out of, was it last hour, Drew, or hour before last, when our top of the news story was that Twitter, people are, there are companies or educational institutions that are reading our tweets and psychoanalyzing our tweets?
Yeah, that was the 5 o'clock hour news.
Wow. news bulletin. Really? So something we post publicly on social media, people are gathering that up and reading it and psychoanalyzing it and trying to somehow understand why and what and when we tweet and trying to extrapolate some sort of conclusion from that?
Can't believe it.
I know. I thought I could have sworn that my tweets, that I was the only one that read my tweets. I thought I was just tweeting to myself. Social media platform. Doesn't that kind of say it all right there? Social, interaction, media, platform. This story, if you think about it, those of you who listen to this program have been paying attention to the news during the Trump presidency. So you should know better than to fall prey to the kind of bizarre, over-the-top rhetoric, because all this amounts to, at least today, subject to change in the future, but today, the use of my data on Facebook, and then, and I didn't fill out, do you ever play, Drew? So I'm sorry, you're asleep back there. I can tell. What are you watching tonight? Baseball?
Baseball as always.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you ever fill out those little quizzes that your dumbass friends post on Facebook? Like, I took this test and my IQ was X, or what kind of flower are you, or what kind of dumbass are you? Do you ever take those quizzes?
I don't. In fact, whenever I see them, I generally block that friend. Therefore, I don't have to see them any longer.
I don't block them, but there's a way to hide that.
Right.
I hide them.
Yep.
I don't block, but I hide it from my timeline.
Yep.
Because if you're gonna put in your timeline, hey, take this quiz and see what your IQ is, or take this quiz and see what your favorite nope, boom, done with you. You realize that when you take those quizzes, that you're now connected to that friend, and whatever, then at the end, I know this because I've played the game. Then they try to get you to post your results on Facebook. All of that data, who your friend was, who you are, who you shared it with, what your answers were, all of that is collected by Facebook and or the people that created the quiz. Surely you're not stupid enough to not realize that that's what's going on. And then that data is used to do micro-targeting. Micro-targeting is nothing new. It's been used by hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses, including this radio station. Yes, we collect your data. Don't stop listening. Yeah, we collect all of it. What do you think, like on Twitter and Facebook? I'm able to target. If I want to send, because I have all of your email. I'll never get another email after this story right now. I'll never get another email from anybody.
Isn't that a good thing most of the time?
Most of the time it is. 10 years in radio, I have the email address, now not all of them are still going to be valid, of every person who has ever emailed me. Because I don't delete emails. I archive everything. It's just the lawyer in me. So now I don't do psychographics. I don't care about that. I care about the marketing ability. I care about the ability to take your email address or the data that we collect on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else to expand my brand, to expand the reach of my content. That's what I collect it for. I don't care whether you're, well, I already know you're a nut job because you're listening to my program. So I don't need to do psychoanalysis because I already know you. I know what you are. Then, the idea that Facebook can know what your mental vulnerabilities is only true if you share your mental vulnerabilities, your nightmares, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. You share that kind of information by doing those kinds of quizzes, then of course maybe they can figure out what your mental vulnerabilities are, but you've done it. You have chosen to do that. And here's some breaking news. You don't have to be on any of these platforms. You don't have to be on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram. You don't have to be on any of them. I think a lot of us do. One, I'm required to do it because of work, but I also do it because I have a life outside work, giving speeches, seminars, emceeing events. So mine's purely for marketing purposes. Why are we shocked? And I know, have you ever read the terms of service? Ever read the TOS of Twitter or any other service that you use? I doubt it. You ever read the terms? Ever ordered anything from Amazon? Read the terms of service? You ever gotten a credit card? You ever read the terms of service? You ever read the cardholder agreement? It's like getting one of those little crimps on your prescriptions. You ever unfold the crimp on your prescription? Just take some ordinary prescription, an antibiotic, and ask the pharmacist for the crimp sheet. The sheet that explains the chemical compound, what it's used for, what it can't be used for, the interactions, the side effect of every drug you take. A potential side effect of every drug you take is death. Yep, you're just going to die. Or you're going to go back crap crazy, one or the other. We don't read that stuff because we don't care. We get marketed to all the time. But here's what bugs me. Here's what bugs me about the Facebook story. We have, and I mean we, all of us. I don't think you and I do, because I think you and I reject this every opportunity we get. But the collective we want government to fix everything. And so now that we found out, Shazam, surprise, 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 that social media platforms are collecting data on us, or that our credit card companies are, or that our radio stations are, or that anybody else is collecting data on us. Oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, we're going to do what Americans naturally do. We want the federal government to fix it. So stay tuned, because I want you, the next segment, government dumbassery. That's just the way to sum it up. That's the best way to tease it.
This report is brought to you by College Invest.
Slowdowns continue traveling along the highways. I-25 in the tech center. South on I-25 down near Arapahoe Road. That stall quickly cleared off the highway. Still hit some stop and go through the tech center, pressing down to Arapahoe. North on I-25, crowded getting up past 225. And some jam ups for you into downtown. 225, not too bad. Southbound is crowded toward Colfax, and a bit of slowing northbound 225 as you head out of Tech Center. Lakewood Drive, cleaning up an accident on westbound 6th Avenue at Federal. All lanes open. Then with forecast tonight, partly cloudy, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high near 73. Upper 60s on Friday. Right now it is 56. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHAL.
It's tax season, which could be saving season if you open a college savings account with College Invest. Not only will you be saving for college, you could earn a college income tax deduction for 2018. Celebrate the season. Start saving today at collegeinvest.org.
Hey, it's Michael Brown for Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. You know I've known Mike and his family for decades. So you know what? When I leased a new car, Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. Go see Mike at C470 in Lucent, and remember, just drive it.
Hi, this is Dave Logan for Dr. Fix-It, the only plumbing company that I personally endorse. I love this company because they're locally owned and operated and have been since 1979. In addition, they're A-plus members of the BBB and top rated with Google, Yelp, and Yahoo. Dr. Fix-It can handle just about any plumbing issue you have. But if you call today, they'll get you $300 off a new water heater. Call Dr. Fix-It today at 303-933-1550 or go to call.com drfixit.com.
Ovation Hair says it's time to give yourself a special treat, the treat of great-looking, healthy hair. With Ovation's anniversary sale, the treat just got better, with 20% off your entire order. The one-of-a-kind Ovation Cell Therapy is proven to deliver thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier-looking hair, guaranteed or your money back. Its unique and proprietary formula treats the scalp and hair cuticle, resulting in 80% less breakage and increased hair strength. I'm always giving it to friends and family because it really works. Ovation is friend recommended, buyer approved, and Ovation guaranteed, or your money back. Because Ovation really works. To treat yourself to shiny, silky, bouncy hair just in time for spring, plus receive your 20% off your entire order for the Ovation Anniversary Sale, go to ovationhair.com to check out their complete line of products. Join hundreds of thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. Go to ovationhair.com. That's ovationhair.com now.
Find your next vacation at the Denver Travel and Adventure Show. Explore thousands of vacation options from top destinations from around the globe. Meet travel experts Rick Steves, the booze traveler Jack Maxwell, and Peter Greenberg. Save big with show-only specials and enjoy hands-on activities. Fun for the whole family March 24th and 25th at the Colorado Convention Center. Get tickets now at travelshows.com. That's travelshows.com.
People of all ages, from kids to great-grandparents, can suffer from hearing loss. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and if anyone in your family has hearing loss or tinnitus, I want you to get to know ADCO Hearing Products. From mattress vibrating alarm clocks to the latest in TV listening technology and telephone assistants, ADCO can help because when it comes to helping with hearing loss, ADCO is for everyone. Drop by the store at 4242 South Broadway and learn more at adcohearing.com. That's ADCO hearing.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you may be kicking yourself in the head. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial, and interest rates have gone up recently and will continue to rise, but they're still at historical lows. So don't delay. Let us lower your monthly payment, consolidate a first and second, pay off other debt, or drop you into a 15-year loan with no closing costs. That's right. Nothing's rolled into your loan. We'll pay for your appraisal, title, underwriting, settlement fee, everything. Do not miss out on this historic opportunity. Whether it's a purchase or refinance, you'll pay no closing costs. You won't spend a dime. Think about it. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how we can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. And by the way, Westland Financial now is proud to offer reverse mortgages for our clients over 62. So call us at 888-455-3669. The only way you can lose money is not to call Westland Financial. That's 888-455-3669. 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Michael Brown here. You know, the iHeartRadio app is the easy-to-use app for both music and radio. That means that you can take KHOW anywhere. Do you suffer from FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out? Well, with the iHeartRadio app, you're never going to miss the Michael Brown Show or 630 KHOW. And the good news, it's free. You get KHOW and thousands of live radio stations from across the country right on your phone. iHeartRadio, the easy app to use for music and radio.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's the buy one, get one free paint sale at Ace, our biggest paint sale of the year. Buy a gallon of our top paint brands and get the second free. And you know what else is free? Our help. With the Ace Extra Mile Promise, get everything you need to paint in one trip or deliveries free. Don't miss the buy one, get one free paint sale now through Monday only at Ace. Limit 2 free gallons of equal or lesser value. Prices may vary. Store stock only while supplies last. Delivery subject to availability. Visit acehardware.com for more details.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Esther, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782 on insurance.
Liberty did what?
I know. It's a lot of money, right?
What'd you say?
Liberty Mutual saved me $782.
Visit us online to get a quote.
What?
I said, visit us online to get a quote, and you can save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Are you still talking?
Tom.
Facebook and Cambridge Analytica and probably some other group somewhere this very moment is collecting your data. And everybody acts like, and it's interesting too, because when Obama was doing this in the 2008 and 2012 election, he was heralded as an innovator, a fantastic user, that we all needed to learn how to do this. Micro-targeting. Okay, well, we did. And now, Louisiana Senator Kennedy, a Republican.
Facebook's a great company, but it's no longer a company. It's a country.
Facebook is a great company, but it's no longer a company. It's a country. Yes, I live in Facebook, USA.
That's how powerful it is.
Really? It's as powerful as a country. Does Facebook have nukes? Does Facebook have a standing army? Does it have, well, I was going to say, does it have a constitution? But I guess you could say it does. It has its terms of service. Does it have boundaries? Well, I guess if you're a cool country, you don't have boundaries. And Facebook doesn't have boundaries because it's worldwide. So, except interestingly, Facebook complies with, or at least tries to, although we don't know what the European Union is going to do, they try to comply with all of the censorship in China and all these other communist countries. If you post something there, they'll happily take it down for a tyrannical government.
And its behavior lately has kind of been getting into the foothills of creepy.
The foothills of creepy. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a really good fiction book title. The Hills of Creepy. Or it sounds like where I grew up. Where are you from? I'm from the Hills of Creepy.
My interests are larger than Cambridge Analytica. I want to know to what extent, if any, those of us on Facebook live in a contrived universe.
Wait a minute. You want to know what, if any, we live in a contrived universe? Social media is the very definition of a contrived universe. It's comprised of only your friends. Unless you're like me on my Facebook page, I just accept everybody because I'm trying to build up a huge audience. And maybe you think you're my friend, but you're not. A comprised universe. Yeah, that's kind of what the interwebs are.
Created by Facebook, sort of like Truman on The Truman Show. I want to know if Facebook's been a good steward of our data. I want to talk with Facebook about the bargain we struck with Facebook. We know what we get. We get free access to the site. What does Facebook get? And finally, I want to explore how we preserve the good things about Facebook, and there are good things.
When you say you want to preserve the good things about Facebook, I guess I'm going to assume that you also want to destroy what you believe are the bad things about Facebook. Really? Because it seems to me the bad things about Facebook is that it's the Wild West. And I actually kind of like the Wild West. I kind of think the Wild West was a little more civilized than we are today.
But how we preserve the good things about Facebook while thwarting the bad things, the abuse of data, the spreading of poison on the internet.
Wait a minute. They want to stop the spreading of poison on the internet. I'll give Senator Kennedy credit. At least he thinks. Now, there's looks to be about a 2-second moment of silence here, where his little addled brain is thinking, yeah, I want to control the poison that's spread on the internet. And somewhere he's thinking he took an oath of office, and that oath of office said something about, I do solemnly swear, something about upholding something. It was a piece of paper. It was, what was that dadgum thing I was supposed to uphold? Was it the I was holding a Bible, so I wasn't supposed to uphold the Bible. Was I supposed to uphold the Washington Post? What was it? Oh, the Constitution.
Of course, the problem becomes you get into First Amendment issues quickly when you talk about poison. The real issue is not is poison being spread. The real issue is what is poison.
Oh, so the issue is really not free speech. The issue is what's speech. That's pretty much been answered. Speech is me giving money to a candidate, yet somehow Congress has decided that I'm limited in my free speech. Speech is art, and even if I find that art offensive, I have to accept it because it's free speech. Or it's a bunch of KKKers marching down the street somewhere, or a bunch of Nazis marching in Skokie, Illinois, or, free speech is something that's kind of sometimes unpleasant. But I advocate for those things that are unpleasant to still be protected. Amy Klobuchar has a fantastic idea. We'll hear a little bit of it.
And some of that intelligence now comes on social media.
Right. Hang on one second, guys. I believe we have someone from the school on the phone right now.
Oops, wrong one. How'd we get that in here? Is that?
Supposedly I heard.
Oh, we got that one mislabeled. Instead, we'll go to Jackie Spear. Jackie Spear, just another goober from the U.S. Senate. Hey, Drew, would you do me a favor? The clip that says Senator Klobuchar on Facebook, we need to delete that. It's mislabeled or something. Got it? Jackie Spear, she wants to regulate Facebook. Well, before I let you hear her, stop and think about that. So what could possibly be regulation? Now, I do believe that at some point, and I don't know that there's been any sort of collusion between YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Google, Alphabet, all these big companies. There might be some antitrust violations. There might be some Sherman antitrust violations here. But that's not what they go after. They want to go after actually regulating social media platforms. That can't be good at all.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Highways are looking a lot better for the drive. There was an issue with an accident on that Lakewood stretch westbound 6th Avenue out near Federal. It is gone. Still bunched up from Calumet out to Federal, but that is looking a lot better. South on I-25, still a bit crowded, getting down past Coweta Boulevard. A bit of congestion in the tech center. That 270 drive, some pockets of delays, but the rest of the highways are looking good. Highway 36, back to normal. Speeds there on the high side. Know your route ahead of time with Total Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma. Denver's forecast, tonight partly cloudy, low of 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high of 73. Right now it's 56. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
This report is brought to you by Denver Travel and Adventure Show.
Find your next vacation at the Denver Travel and Adventure Show. Meet Rick Steves and the booze traveler Jack Maxwell and discover thousands of destinations from around the globe. March 24th and 25th at the Colorado Convention Center. Get tickets now at travelshows.com.
Michael Brown here for a great opportunity to reduce your reliance on energy companies. I want you to get to know Zoetic NRG. You know, a few years ago, I would not have endorsed a solar company, but today, Zoetic NRG has changed the business model. They've introduced a plan that includes a no money down option and converts what was once a liability into an asset. Like me, you may have had preconceived notions about solar energy. So let's dispel those. Today's solar panels and today's solar business is not what it used to be, which is why I endorse Zoetic NRG. One of my listeners recently bought a Zoetic NRG system and wrote to tell me just how happy they were with this solar project. Plus, when they put solar panels on your roof, they're going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free, saving you even more money. Call Zoetic NRG today at 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447 for a free quote. And when you call them, tell them Michael Brown sent you.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company has been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help. And now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Retirement can last 20, 30, or more years. No wonder the number one retirement fear is running out of money. So, how do you feel? Are you confident your retirement savings will last throughout your retirement years? This is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, heard every Saturday right here on 630 KHOW. We can help you create a retirement income strategy that you won't outlive, a strategy to show you what you can spend with confidence, maintain your lifestyle, and follow your retirement dreams. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no-obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Okay, you've decided you want to replace those old drafty, nasty windows. What do you look for in a window company? I look for Heritage, a company that's been around a long time to stand behind their products, like K&H Home Solutions. In business more than 60 years. I look for stability, someone at the helm to take responsibility, like owner Ted Rowland, who I've known for more than 25 years. I look for great value, superior products at fair prices, and with K&H, you get discounts of 25% or more. I look for energy efficiency and beauty. In other words, I look to K&H Home Solutions, the first window company on my referral list at referralist.com. They did windows for me, and I've used them time and time again. You should too. Call now for special pricing. Windows, siding, doors, and more. 303-421-7100 or online at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and we're excited to announce the new 4-pack special. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-pack special tab, and save 50% off the 4-pack, which includes 2 MyPillow Premiums and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Use promo code SKY at checkout or call 1-800-635-1825. That's 1-800-635-1825. Or go to MyPillow.com, click the 4-pack special tab, and use promo code SKY at checkout.
Please welcome to the stage, the termite.
Thank you. Why don't termites drink coffee, you guys? Well, the caffeine turns them into jitterbugs. Yeah, why are termites so good at math? They understand logarithms.
Termites aren't funny. $5 billion of damage each year is nothing to laugh at. Visit Orkin.com to schedule an inspection and get 15% off.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
In the overall scheme of things, this predisposition that Americans have developed, and I haven't studied it historically enough to put my finger on, this was the tipping point, or this was the stage where we started doing this. And maybe we've always done it to some extent. But when you look at Americans who clamor for the government to fix this, the government to intervene, you got a barking dog in your backyard, or you got a problem with a pothole or something, yeah, you'll go to your city council. You go to your county commissioners. Rarely do they go to state legislatures. They're kind of like the stepchild. They're kind of like the middle child of a family. You got the oldest, which I would put as the federal government in terms of the child ranking. And then you got the middle child, which are state legislatures. And then you got the poor old third child, city councils. And they're just kind of like stepchildren. Everybody looks to the oldest child. Everybody looks to the matriarch. Once the parents are dead, everybody looks to the matriarch to solve all the problems, to fix this, to fix that. And the federal government has become that. And those who go to Washington, even as conservative, and I'm not saying that because Jackie Spear is not. She is a radical Democrat. But most of these, even conservatives that go to Washington, who want to make people's lives better. I mean, how many times do you hear that from a conservative? Well, I went to Washington because I just wanted to help the people. You know how you could help people? Just get government out of our lives. So here we have this controversy with Facebook, this faux controversy with Facebook. And Senator Kennedy, a Republican, a conservative Republican from Louisiana, wants to treat Facebook like a country, wants to get the poison out. I guess he wants to regulate what people can post on Facebook or what Facebook allows you to share with your friends, and realizes that, maybe there might be a First Amendment problem with it. And then Jackie Spear comes along and just says, no, we just need to regulate it.
Do you believe Facebook has been cooperative in any questioning from Washington and even from consumers?
I think Facebook has tried to create a message that now seems to be very flat. It is not just a platform. It is not just about ads. It does collect data. It shares that data. And frankly, it sells that data.
As do credit card companies, grocery stores, automobile dealerships, every conceivable business that's worth a grain of salt collects data on its customers. If you sell a service on your users, everybody does what she just said. Are they as big as Facebook? Probably not. Are they collecting as much data as Facebook? Probably not. But in principle, it's exactly the same thing. So why are you involved?
And it should be regulated as any company that has data on an individual.
Regulated as any company that has data on an individual. So let's just say you're the local hardware store. In Colorado, we would call that McGuckins. It's not a chain. It's just a big honking hardware store up in Boulder, famous for it's got everything you can imagine, and famous for its employees, that if you're looking for the most obscure thing you can imagine, they know exactly where it is and can walk you right to it within like 15 seconds. So we're going to regulate McGuckins because they're collecting data. I'm sure that whether they've got open accounts or whatever, they're collecting that data. Every company that sells a service, sells a product, whatever it is collecting data on their customers. Why all of a sudden are we going to reach out and single out Facebook and say, now we're going to start regulating you?
And we need to know that when we sign up for something through Facebook, for instance, that data is being collected and being used. And I think in the past...
Wait a minute. We need to know that when we sign up for something like Facebook, that the data is being collected and used? I really hate to step on little Jackie Spears' little toad of a brain here. They all tell you that. You go buy a product. You go to the grocery store. You sign up for a bank card, a credit card. You go buy an automobile. You do whatever. It may be in the fine print that you just skim over because it's just mind-numbingly long and stupid. But they disclose. They all disclose. Facebook discloses, Twitter discloses, YouTube discloses, they all disclose. I think she's just too stupid to realize it.
It's been seen as a much more benign setting.
So how do we get that information then? How are you going to compel Facebook to in fact recognize that?
Well, I think, our committees, both the Judiciary Committee would have a role in that, and I do think the Intelligence Committee needs to look at that from an intelligence perspective.
Well, we're going to have the CIA and the NSA and the DIA and everybody else who's already, isn't that fascinating? They want to take the people who are already spying on us. Why aren't we upset about the NSA? Why aren't we upset about the CIA or the FBI? Why aren't we upset about any of the three-letter agencies that are spying, reading our emails, watching our internet history, covering everything, listening to this program? God knows what they're doing, but we're not upset about that. We're not upset about the government who has the power to take away our freedom and liberty. We're not upset about them spying on us, but oh my God, Facebook's collecting our data. Well, yeah, Facebook told you that when you signed up. You just didn't read the fine print. I read the fine print when I was a citizen, or since I am a citizen. And the fine print says, under the Fourth Amendment, and the others too for that matter, what the hell are you people doing spying on us? There is no probable cause to collect all the data that the government can use to destroy your life. Every single one of you, whatever business you're in, if there was a Bob Mueller appointed as a special counsel to look into you, they'd find somewhere, somehow, you failed to fill out a report, or on some report that you had to fill out for the EPA or the IRS or OSHA or somebody else, you made a little tiny mistake. And now you're going to be criminally prosecuted for it. I guarantee you, every single one of us, because we live under so many laws that we don't even know about, we're all criminals. Every single one of us. But we need to regulate Facebook. Yeah, that's the big problem.
This report is brought to you by Money Tree.
Highways are getting back to normal right now. No problems, no stalls, no accidents. Couple of slowdowns. I drive on 270, westbound 270, crowded getting up to Vasquez. And the I-70 drive looking a lot better, as well as I-25 downtown at the Tech Center. Highway 36 also opening up nicely. Just a bit of congestion eastbound 36 from Federal to Pecos. C-470, that drive running wide open. There was an accident at Evans and Zuna. It looks like that has also been cleared. Denver forecast, partly cloudy tonight, low 37. Partly sunny tomorrow with a high near 73. It'll be windy on Friday, upper 60s. Right now, 56 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHAL.
At Money Tree, we think cashing your check should be quick and easy. That's why we've been saying yes for over 30 years. We'll cash your tax refund check for only 1.9%. So come into a Money Tree branch today and let us say yes to you.
Your money in time.
You know, I'm a recovering lawyer, so I can speak with authority here. You know, I hope the day never comes that me or my wife are ever in a serious car accident and need a personal injury attorney. But should that day come, my expert, the guy that I would call, is John Fuller at Fuller Law. Now, John doesn't have a bunch of stupid nicknames, or 100 associates fresh out of law school. John Fuller works personally with every single one of his clients. Now, if you've had a recent accident, there's a good chance the insurance company has admitted fault or probably has even tried to make you an offer. That doesn't mean the offer is good or that they won't try to take advantage of you down the road. There's just too much at risk. If you need a personal injury attorney, you need John Fuller at Fuller Law. Call John right now at 303-597-4500 and just have a conversation. John's my expert, and it doesn't cost you a dime to talk about your case. So call John at 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500, or go online, personalinjuryco.com. PersonalInjuryCO.com.
Prices are for base buildings only, do not include windows, doors, or accessories. Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, now you can save as much as half the time and cost of conventional construction and stop renting space from others. Just call 800-772-0514 to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs. You can get a 40 by 60 foot building for less than $25,000 or a 50 by 100 clear span building for under $40,000. There's no wasted space and construction takes half the time. Call 800-772-0514. With strong construction spending and high demand, this special pricing will not last long. Call 800-772-0514 and get your options and pricing package on dozens of building options. Call 800-772-0514 and see how General Steel can save you money. Call 800-772-0514. That's 800-772-0514. 800-772-0514.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Hi, this is Dave Logan. In today's online world ruled by anonymous online reviews, it can be really tough to show customers the values that make your business unique. With Team Dave Logan, we connect you with those that value your honest, quality-focused business approach. From home products to automotive needs to legal services, we know you've dedicated your life to becoming a hard-working front-range business. So call us today at 303-331-3000. 303-331-3000. We'd like you to be a part of Team Dave Logan.
Ovation Hair says it's time to give yourself a special treat, the treat of great-looking, healthy hair. With Ovation's anniversary sale, the treat just got better, with 20% off your entire order. The one-of-a-kind Ovation Cell Therapy is proven to deliver thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier-looking hair. Guaranteed or your money back. Its unique and proprietary formula treats the scalp and hair cuticle, resulting in 80% less breakage and increased hair strength. I'm always giving it to friends and family because it really works. Ovation is friend recommended, buyer approved, and Ovation guaranteed, or your money back, because Ovation really works. To treat yourself to shiny, silky, bouncy hair just in time for spring, plus receive your 20% off your entire order for the Ovation Anniversary Sale, go to ovationhair.com to check out their complete line of products. Join hundreds of thousands of satisfied customers worldwide. Go to ovationhair.com. That's ovationhair.com now.
Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39 by Fix It 24/7. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived with upfront pricing before work begins. And you won't find anyone doing as much work for a lower price anywhere. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Tune in to The Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is The Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 or Sundays at 1 and 4 on 630 KHOW.
Come to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for the hottest games, tastiest food, and nonstop thrills. Get in the action with our $5 blackjack, $3 craps with 20 times odds, and over 400 slot machines. Plus, dine at Otis and Henry's restaurant to enjoy daily $7.77 Blue Plate specials, including smothered beef enchiladas, chicken pot pie, 99-cent Bloody Marys, and more. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. Table game limits subject to change. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human
And what kind of point were you trying to make with this particular bumper song, Mr. Producer?
No point at all.
Line Sacco. So Jackie Spear thinks that the the Judiciary Committee, why don't you just focus on doing the investigation of what's going on at the FBI, and once you make sure you get the judicial appointments through instead of worrying about Facebook. And insofar as the Intelligence Committee is concerned, you get a lot bigger fish to fry than Facebook, sweetheart.
Both the Judiciary Committee would have a role in that, and I do think the Intelligence Committee needs to look at that from an intelligence perspective. I think the fact that they have shut down this committee and the investigation at such a premature point is now being very obvious to the public that this is being done as an effort to prevent us from getting the facts.
Well, I want to point out a couple of things we learned this morning. We know that Cambridge Analytica tweeting out this morning saying that, in fact, Facebook data was not used. But we're also learning that the UK's Data Protection Authority is looking into whether Facebook, quote, acted robustly when it learned about reports of access by Cambridge Analytica to these potentially 50 million users' data.
I love this. Robustly. In terms of language, as a lawyer, I find that offensive. So the European Union, the United Kingdom in particular, they've got these amazingly strict privacy laws. And so now they're looking at whether or not Facebook acted robustly enough. Now, I don't know what your particular business is. I don't know what kind of widgets you sell or what kind of services you provide. But can you imagine being held to a standard that is defined as robustly? Michael, your radio program is going to be measured on how robustly you communicate with your audience. Okay. Could you give me some metrics on that? Could you tell me exactly what you mean by robustly? Let's just play a little word game. Robustly, an adverb, in a determined and forceful way. The company would robustly defend itself against accusations. Or in a sturdy and strong way. The panels are robustly made concrete slabs. Oh, so that's the standard now. Did Facebook act robustly, determined and forcefully? This is the dumbassery that passes for. These are lawmakers. Fortunately, they have staffs that will kind of rein them in occasionally. Never thought I'd defend Senate staff, but yes, at least perhaps they will say, if you're going to impose a legal standard about how somebody should act, it ought to be something other than robust. Yeah, I saw this woman walking down the street the other day. She was robust. She met my legal definition for sure.
So we're seeing something happening in the UK. The laws are obviously a little different there than they are in the US. But how could that be used to spur perhaps further action and compel Facebook to perhaps be more forthcoming?
Well, in the UK and throughout the EU, personally identifiable information is far more protected than it is here in the United States.
Yeah, because here in the United States, as it is in the UK also. You ever been to the United Kingdom? You ever been to London, Stan? You ought to go to London sometime. If you don't understand the surveillance state, go there. It's everywhere. They don't need cops out giving you tickets for speeding on the Autobahn. You're on the A10, the A1, zooming somewhere too fast. No, they just got cameras that measure, oh, look, there went Brown's car at 8:01. Oh, there goes Brown's car through the next camera at 8:05. Do the calculation. Oh, he's driving too fast. Boom, send him a ticket. Surveillance everywhere. And the funny thing is, they just accept it. Here, we have agencies collecting all of our emails, all of our internet browsing history and everything. And we just shrug our shoulders. And yet they want to make us even more spied upon?
So that makes a lot of sense. I think in terms of what we're going to have to do is, we're going to have to look at regulating. I know that's a dirty word to Facebook, but we're going to have to look at regulating how they do business, because they are not just a platform.
Oh, what are they? Oh, they're a country. You remember Senator Kennedy said they're a country now. So we're going to regulate them like a country. Senator Klobuchar says that we should treat Facebook the same as we treat newspapers. Doesn't that already happen?
I think he should explain to the American people how this happened, how many people were hurt, and most importantly, how they're going to fix it.
People were hurt. They're in the hospital. People were hurt. Yeah, I get butthurt a lot. Yeah, I get butthurt all the time when I think about the NSA or the CIA or the FBI or any other organization that's constantly spying on me. I get butthurt when I see a red light camera. You don't want me to run that red light? Put a cop there. Yeah. Don't make me go have to cross-examine a camera. Talk about a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights. Oh, yeah, I know. I'll go home and take a chill pill.
Major key alert! Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it. So